You found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville.
All right.
Fan Run Radio.
Tony Basilio, welcome you to another edition, the morning after, the morning after, after the morning after. And we welcome you to another edition. It's wild and woolly in here. Bino, Jeff Henderson, I give you the floor. How you guys doing after that? How y'all doing?
Not much better than Sunday morning, Tony, or whenever that was. But good morning to you and Brian. Appreciate the opportunity. Not often we're here on a Monday talking about a poor performance or result from a high-level team at home. But here we are. That looked a lot more like what we get from a road game versus a quality opponent than a game played in a jacked-up Neyland Stadium. And that was just an okay Oklahoma team, which makes it even a more bitter pill to swallow. Ball started out the way you would hope, scoring a touchdown on the opening drive. The defense gave up one first down and then gave the ball back to the offense. We're moving again to take a two-score lead that Oklahoma's offense would have likely had a really, really hard time overcoming. Instead, we let someone run scot-free. Joey gets blown up, coughs the ball up. Oklahoma somehow returns it for a touchdown, proving we have no one on offense that can help us on the defensive side. And after that happens, excuse me, get a muddled up game that Oklahoma's just a lot more comfortable in than we are. The offense simply squandered too many first half opportunities while dominating the game to that point statistically. First half, we had 255 yards to their 99 and 19 minutes and 10 seconds of total possession to their 10:50, and somehow went in trailing 16-10. Well, not somehow, due to the 3 turnovers and other mistakes on our part. Unfortunately, we got the careless version of Joey on Saturday that we knew was there, but that we had only seen glimpses of to this point in the season. Second half, our defensive deficiencies came back to the forefront. Saw a pedestrian Oklahoma offense run for close to 150 yards in that half, throw for close to 120, and hold the ball for 10 minutes and 34 seconds of the third quarter and 8:43 of the fourth, and that included a 3rd and 16 scramble by Mateer that was just pure 2025 Tennessee defense. You mix in there a missed field goal and our cross-wide return game where we return whatever type of kick we shouldn't and fair catch the ones we should, and you just have a total 3-unit mess along with some coaching gaps as well. Just a bad loss any way you slice it.
Yeah, it was a rough post game, guys. It really was. And Saturday, I just kind of stayed out of the way after that game. I made some people mad. They were like, "Why aren't you? Why aren't you? Oh, why aren't you this? Why aren't you that?" And I'm like, "Listen, listen. I've been around the block a time or two. I knew how it was going to go on our Guards of Law 5th quarter fan reaction. And you know what? At the end of it all, the team's kind of where I thought they would be, which I know isn't a big consolation to people, and they don't want to hear me say that. But now what you don't want to do here is see the plug come out on this thing. The game on Saturday, though, being Star, the thing that really pains me is, and you hit on it earlier, that's generally the way Tennessee looks on the road. And so you know, that was slop ball out there on Saturday. Slop ball on both lines of scrimmage. And that stuff, internally that this guy has got to get cleared up, They've got to figure out a way to clean up the deal. But, the thing about Aguilar is, and I'm sorry if I'm a little hoarse, the thing about Aguilar is that he kind of is what he is, like you said. I mean, eventually he's going to have one of those games. Eventually he was going to throw a ball like he did in the Alabama game. Eventually those things were going to happen. But, man, the fact that Oklahoma played the same defense on him that they did last year, and it didn't look like Joey was prepared for it, And he's a veteran quarterback. Just some really strange all the way around feel in that football game. It's really odd.
Yeah, you don't want to make a habit of, the one big feather in Josh's cap and in his staff's cap and his teams is that they have been really good at defending Neyland Stadium. Better than any we've seen in a long time. You don't want to make a habit of wasting nights like what we saw over there Saturday. I mean, you talk about a crowd that was ready for a football game. That crowd was ready for a football game, and you just have to be better than that at home. You're right. The program wide, there are a lot of details that just have to be cleaned up, and I don't know if that's going out and finding some sergeant at arms.
Right.
Maybe that's what the comrade was. I don't know. But whatever it is, it has to be. That has to be addressed. And those little things have been there, but they're becoming bigger things when we're not. And we're good offensively this year, much better than we were last year. But I don't think we've had a unit on either side of the ball that's as underwhelming as this defensive unit is in his entire time here. And Saturday was not their deal. Saturday, the offense dropped that game with their failure to take advantage of all the opportunities in the first half. You could have put that team away, and they would have never seen the light of day again if you'd have done what you were supposed to do offensively. But that defensive assignment wasn't very hard.
No. That might be the most pedestrian offense to ever win a game in Neyland Stadium, quite frankly. A game of consequence. That's a November football game where both teams are playing for a high postseason opportunity. Oklahoma's opportunity continues. Tennessee's looks like it's over. And guys, I just kind of I don't know what to make of some of the game management stuff either, Bino. This guy needs help, man. He needs help.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's going to get it, Bino. You think he's going to get it, or he's going to be hard-headed? What's he going to do?
I don't know, Tony. And that whatever he does is what will determine the length of his tenure.
I think that's a fair way of putting it. That's right.
I think that I understand the angst about the personnel grouping on the 4th and 1. I'm one that tends to lean to if you're a Power 4 football player on scholarship and NIL and you've practiced every day, you have to catch that. I mean, that's middle school opportunities that you have to catch that. Now, the third and 3 after we had recovered the deep Oklahoma fumble, still had a 1-point lead. I think that's the worst play call of Heupel's tenure. The design run to Joey, absolutely the worst play call of his tenure. Don't understand it.
No.
Don't support it.
Not with that Oklahoma defense being the way they run. And he's he's kind of he's an okay runner, but he's not going to make his living with his wheels, He's
never going to make his living on a designed run.
Hell no. He ain't going to outrun those guys. And then another thought for you. Go ahead, Bino. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Tony.
Well, I was just thinking about, people always have said down through the years, you got to play your freshman, which sounds great. Till you get on the field with one of these high-level teams, then you see what playing a freshman like David Sanders does for you Saturday when literally, it's a totally different football game if he doesn't go the wrong way and take the wrong blocking assignment. It's a completely different result. Tennessee gets 2 scores up there. Mateer will start chucking and ducking. You go into halftime with like a 17 to 20 point lead, and the game's over. But them getting back to 7-7 on that Herculean play by, and I pronounce it both ways there, by that R. Mason Thomas guy who look, our tight end tries to get him on the ground. It's people text me yesterday angry about that. I mean, the guy tried, but that R. Mason Thomas is strong as an ox, and he's regarded as one of the best players in college football and a really high-level draft pick for a reason, because he's super, super, super quick and super strong. And you saw it on that play. I mean, that was a world-class defensive play. And here's the irony. The irony of the game is Oklahoma all year had not turned anybody over until they got in our building. And those 3 turnovers in that first half, you're not going to, even against Sean Mateer, you're not going to come back and win that game. You're just not.
No, all that's correct, Tony. And it was a tremendous play, an outstanding play. And I don't blame Kitzelman. What I'm wondering is, where are the other 10? What are they doing? How come no one else is pursuing the damn play? I mean, the ball's in play. Somebody run toward it, even if you don't get there.
Well, because you had wide receivers wide open way down the field that if he gets the ball
I know
to them,
that, Ryan,
they're scoring, and you've got a blowout probably.
I understand the wide receivers can't make it back there. What's Joey doing? What's some of the linemen doing? I mean, they just sitting there watching? From Joey's standpoint, Tony, I'll be forever grateful for what he's done for us this season. Yep. I've got nothing but high praise for him. But I mean, Joey is. I don't know that we could have gotten any more than we've gotten out of him. That's who you get when you're replacing your quarterback at that point.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we'll go to the phones. If you have a thought on the Oklahoma game, love to hear from you. Or the weekend that was. Shout out to Mark in the Lumbo, who I understand today. I shouted Mark in the Lumbo out in the blog today, Bino, at the very bottom. But I gotta just say this to him, because this is a man-to-man thing, and he kind of suffered a loss over the weekend. And Mark in the Lumbo, you and I go round and round, and you were kind of a clown here on Saturday with your conduct. But I did want to acknowledge to Mark in the Lumbo, man, I can't believe we lost that game. They do the first draw tomorrow night. We were going to be in here in studio for it. Where do the Vols fit in? They have to win the rest of their games. Can they get in the playoff chase? Yada, yada, yada. Boy, a really loaded blog today. So, Mark in the Lumbo today is flying his Hugh Freeze. I did not write that. Go look at the blog, see what I'm talking about over at tclub.team. But Mark, I'm sorry to see your coach go down. Brian, what's Mark going to do now that he... What's he going to do? Look, here's the thing about Oklahoma. And we ship floors.com. Alan is saying this over on YouTube, and he's right. Aguilar got cremated Friday, Bino, or Saturday night.
Yeah.
All night. They were hitting him before, during, and after. That's easily the best defense Tennessee's seen this year.
Yes.
Like you were there for the Georgia. Georgia's not even close to that Oklahoma bunch on defense, Bino. And they're playing without their two best players, Beanstar. They're missing their two best players.
Yeah, that was an outstanding defense we played. And to the late great Roger, I'm sorry for the late great Roger too, because her fuse has burned out.
Hugh Furs.
Her fuse. What was it, Bri?
I want her fuse. I want her fuse. Hugh Furs.
Her fuse.
I want Hugh Furs.
So we'll go to the phones at 865-200-5402. Just the clock falls back. And I said after the game the other night, I just hope Tennessee's program doesn't fall back. Because I agree with Bino. If this guy doesn't look inside, and people say, well, the games are close. Yeah, the games are close. But if you really think about it, you're also close to losing to Mississippi State. So all these games are close. If you don't make the necessary changes and control the controllables on your football team in this league, you'll be right there where Hugh Freeze is. And if you go 7-5 this year, the rest of the way, the AD is going to walk in there and demand changes because they're charging fans, especially these big time people that are paying all this money. They're charging these people way too much money, to sit there. Everybody's got too much money and time invested in it to just sit there and let this guy bring his buddies back. And that's a fact with my hand up. Because I don't know how much help he's getting being over from this coaching staff when I watch that game on Saturday, because they lost to a team that's just not very good. That Oklahoma team, that's easily the worst home loss in the Heupel era. Do you guys agree with that? In a league game?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
You can't let that quarterback beat you, Bino.
You can argue that Georgia loss might be the second worst loss.
Well, I mean,
this year,
everybody that plays Georgia walks away from their game with them going, we should have won that game so far this season. Every game.
You know what I said, Tony, is not only about Heupel. I think that's any coach in this league.
Yeah.
That's not just the elite of the elite.
Yep.
And of course, the elite of the elite make change. They have to make changes too. But that's the guidelines for anyone. You're likely not to come in with the staff you're going to finish with if you're there any amount of time.
You're either pruning your tree, right?
Yes.
Or it's gonna turn around and it's gonna overgrow you and swallow your dwelling. So you got to prune your tree. Ron Wright Wannabe said, we lost to a kicker dressed as a male go-go dancer for Halloween. And that's all about all I got to say about that. Bino, what'd you think of the guy out there in shorts kicking the ball like he was literally kicking a ball like he was on a beach in the middle of July somewhere. And then Brian Hartman's kicker yesterday said, hold my beer, and broke the NFL record. This is the year of the super kicker in college and professional football. We've woken up, and these kids now are hammering field goals. Like 55 yards. 55 is the new 49.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Bino? Well, it really is.
Yes, and he was excellent, and I've never seen anybody measure him better than he did.
They were all just very good. Yep.
All of those were on my end.
Yep.
He made 3 field goals that I saw.
Yep.
And that's 9 points any way you cut it, and he made them by a combined 3 feet.
And if our poor guy goes out there to kick, and our fans that are listening to me tell me they're not holding their breath when he kicks a football, you're lying. And I know what his numbers are. Yesterday, And I love Adam Sparks, but he's got the best percentage. Hey, Adam, brother, you and I both know percentages don't matter. The kicks that count are the kicks that count in major college football. And when you lose games because your field goal kicker's missing kicks, which we've done a couple times this year now, that's a problem. That's a problem. He got the party
Tony, to
started.
use a baseball analogy,
Yeah.
I don't really care what your average is, innings 1 through 6. I want to know what your average is in the 7th, 8th, and 9th when it's the one-run ball game. That's who I want to know.
Amen to that, brother. It's kind of like, here's the thing. You and I are both baseball fans, right? Who would you rather have on your team, Bino? Trey Turner, who hit 300 this year and led the league in a tough spot, or KK Hernandez, who hits like during the regular season 235, but in the postseason, he's just going to win. The more the at-bat means, the more chance KK Hernandez is going to get a hit on you.
What a great World Series that was. Great World probably other than 75, I'd say that's the best World Series I've ever seen.
Timothy McGee says you all act like every team doesn't have SEC players. You think moving the goalpost on every win, you keep moving the goalpost on. I think that's what he meant to say. Hey, Timothy, it's not my fault they don't have any good wins. I didn't do it, brah. Bino, is this team any good wins? It's not my fault, Timothy. I didn't do it.
No,
love your show.
Come
on, Timothy. Get your head out of the sand, man. Be better than that. Be better than that.
We haven't beaten a quality opponent
Thank
yet.
you. Thank you. He goes, there were 4 games in 98 we could have lost. I guess we didn't play anyone then, too. What does that even... who's talking about 98, Timothy? Does that make any sense to you, Bino, to evoke 98 with this team right now? What are you talking about?
You know, the best regular season win right now would be Vanderbilt by a long shot if they win that game.
Yep.
Think about that for a second.
Yep. Hey, Tim, every team we've played and won against so far kind of stinks. Every team we've played that kind of has a pulse and can play, we've lost to. I didn't do it. My buddy in Dallas, who I hugged his neck the other day, what a great... Hey, why didn't you bring me your check? To my man in Dallas, I was ready to pay your bill. It was great seeing you, and you're lovely. But listen... Don't shoot the messenger here. I mean, we finally have a win over a team that beat another SEC team, and it was Mississippi State beating Arkansas on a day where Arkansas blew a 17-point lead in like the last 9 minutes because they committed something like 250 yards in penalties. The Stink Bowl. I mean, look, Timothy, I love you, and I love your show, man. But nobody's moving any goalpost. Georgia is not the Georgia team of the past, Timothy. And that was a very winnable game. But the way these things even out, being on it is like the baseball analogy. Generally, you're going to have the year that the back of your baseball card says. And our record, if we feel like a 3-loss team right now, we probably should have lost the Mississippi State game and should have won the Georgia game. If you look back on it, Bino, we're probably right at the right mark here.
Yeah, I think we're. I think our record says right now who we truly are.
I mean, Kentucky can't play. Mississippi State can't play. Arkansas can't play. Syracuse, when we played them, they were okay. Obviously, when their quarterback got hurt, look, I'm not going to pile on them. I didn't think they were going to a bowl game anyway, but they certainly are cratering now. We have a lot to talk about. I just think that when I thought about this season, and I'm going to say this out loud, and if you want to get mad at me, get mad at me. When I look at our roster, and when I thought about the season back in the summer, I said if this team gets home at 9-3, that's an A-level, very good coaching job. And I still mean that. If Josh Heupel and this coaching staff gets this team home with a 9-3 record, it'll be a very good season. Because now, to do that, Brian, you got to win at Gainesville. And you've got to beat a frisky Vanderbilt team. Now, Vanderbilt might be on upset alert, Bino, this weekend with Auburn popping their coach and asking him a question. So I'd say we got some interesting stuff coming up in the SEC down the stretch here. I'm not going to turn away Bino just because my team is knocked out of the postseason. I find this a highly compelling season in college football.
No, I do as well, Tony, and I'm really interested on how we respond from this point too. There haven't been a lot of situations where Heupel's team had to kind of get up off the mat.
Yep.
And we're going to kind of have to get up off the mat here. We'll. I think that's going to be really intriguing to see.
If this team gets home at 9-3, you can be mad at me all you want because some of you are like playoff or bust, and that's fine. Nobody here tells anybody how to think unless they try and tell me that I'm moving the cheese on our schedule because these teams are good that we beat. No, they're not. And it's okay because you're going to get opportunities, like Brian says, to beat good teams. Because I've got news for everybody listening. That Florida team that we're going to go play, they are very capable. Now, they got up for that Georgia game because they always get up for that game. And I believe those Division I athletes out there on the field will get up for our game at night because it matters to those kids when they play the University of Tennessee. We're not some scrub game to them. My belief. Do you think Florida unplugs Bino before we go to the phones?
I do not think they unplug, Tony. And I don't care what their record is when we go down there. If we break that streak, that's a quality win.
Hello. Amen to that, brother. And Brian Hartman, Vanderbilt in our building, would that be a quality win?
Yes.
Yes.
There'd be two, but Vanderbilt probably would be considered the best win of those two.
I had people.
Yes, I agree.
I had people texting me and laughing at me because
Hard
I like the Jacques Pavia guy because he's just hilarious. I think he's hilarious. And they were like, "Well, your boy's going to get blown out today. Your boy's Texas, slow start." Didn't look to me like Vanderbilt got blown out. Looked to me like Texas had a ball squirting around their hands on a onside kick, and Vanderbilt's just a loser organization, and they couldn't come up with the ball. Didn't look to me like Vanderbilt was got blown out in that game, Bino. How about you? And I'm not here to carry water for Vanderbilt.
And I thought they were going to.
Oh, they were going to get creamed.
They would.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking it was going to be kind of comical to watch the air come out of them. I told Billy Derrick Saturday night, I said, "Man, you ought to be proud of your." Oh, man, we lost. I said, "You lost." I said, "You went into Texas and absolutely scared you scared the daylights out of those guys, man." All right, let's take a brief timeout. 865-200-5402. Your thoughts on my statement that my personal goal of 9-3 for this team, or my thought of 9-3, which I thought's an A-level season. I just thought it was unfair. And I said this in the summer. I'm being consistent here. I thought it was unfair to look at Joey Aguilar and our coach, even with an easier schedule, and say, I expect you to go a 9-3 or 10-2 rather, and make a playoff. Just way too many moving parts in this league. Way too many moving parts. And plus, we had injuries on top of it. And look, I'm not explaining it away because that football that he coaches can get really ugly at times. There's no question that they need to tighten their game up. There's no question that's the truth. We'll let you guys have the floor as we continue with more after this. We went long, sorry. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw, available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage, pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com, or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage. Life never stops moving, and between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, a tire designed for doers, a tire that's going to last, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
TB here with Alan of WeShipFloors.com. Tell them about it, Alan.
Hey, I'm Alan from WeShipFloors.com. Our competition's prices, well, they're going up. Ours are coming down. Our waterproof floor Supercore is the best, and right now it starts at $199 a square foot. Our warehouses are full of 4mm, 6mm, and 8mm. You strapped for cash? Well, we have our own in-house financing. Use our room visualizer and order some free samples today. Supercore from WeShipFloors.com. Best products at best price.
Like Alan said, head over to WeShipFloors.com. Use the room visualizer on the website. Drop in any of the 120 Supercore floors virtually into your room and order your free samples today. WeShipFloors.com. Tennesseans, they are us. The best product, the best price. WeShipFloors.com. It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B. TB back with you, 865-200-5402. Shout out. We were just talking on the break here. Shout out to Oklahoma's OC for that decision to throw that slant pass with like 3:47 left in the game and keep Tennessee alive instead of just pounding the ball down our throats, instead of just taking the ball and just running it right and pounding it right down our throats. Right down our throats. Right, guys? You know, what kind of decision is that, Beanstar? What happened there? What happened there? Uh-oh, Laura. Our device is malfunctioning here. Malfunction junction. What's your function? Let's see if I can get these guys hooked back up here. All right, let's go to the phones. And we'll get our next call in. Well, that was a fun experiment. I think our battery just died. I don't know what just happened there. Let's see here. Hello and welcome into our first call. You're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, guys, Dave.
Oh, gosh. Hey, Dave, welcome in.
Well, you can, oh, gosh, Tony, that's fine. I understand that. But this team's going 7-5. And, I told you the margins are so close in all these games now. I think they said the margin of victory has gone down a touchdown this year. In other words, I think it went from 17 down to 10 points. It's the margin of victories in SEC games overall. And what it comes down to, it separates the good, great coaches from the average coaches is the attention to details. And in your teams, the mistakes, the undisciplined penalties, the turnovers, just the little things all add up and cause you to lose football games. And that's what this guy is now and has been. He did it at home. He was doing it on the road in the past. And I hate it. I wanted this guy to work out. I really did. This first 2 years, I really thought we had something.
Don't speak in the past tense. Come on, man. You don't mean that.
I want to compare him. It's a really good comparison.
You don't mean that in the past tense. You don't mean to do that.
A good comparison.
Okay.
Is Gus Malzahn to this guy, and it's on the money. Gus Malzahn always won more games than he lost at Auburn. He had two double-digit season win. He had a 12-win season and he had a 10-win season. But after year 5, it went down. Even though they recruited top 10 classes, and he was stood over in that sideline. He called plays. He had his sheet in his hand, just like our guy. And he just did not surround himself with good enough coaches to cover up his frailties, his cover up the things he can't, he has problems with. And, I honestly believe, and I don't want it to happen, but I honestly believe it's going to be 7-5 this year. And I think midway through next year that it'll be over. And I just think that's what's going to happen. The heat it'll get turned up. They start, they start off 2-4 or 3-5 next year, which is very possible. Very possible. And I just know how these things go. I'm in my 60s. I've been watching. I started going to football games over there in the early 70s. I've watched enough to know, and I officiated up to the high school level. I've seen it, and I know what's going to happen.
What do you mean know what's going to happen?
Do what now?
What do you mean you know what's going to... No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, Dave, you don't.
Tony, I have seen it so many times in the past.
Dave, you don't know what's going to happen. Did you know that Vanderbilt this year was going to be on the top of near the top of the table? So far,
I knew they were going to be good with Pavia coming back.
Come on, Dave.
Now, if they didn't have that quarterback, they'd probably just be Vanderbilt. So with that quarterback, yeah, I knew they were going to be a tough out. And that's what they've proven to be. We just can't do. There's just no excuse. That's the worst defense that I've ever seen in the University of Tennessee. They're giving up over 30 points a game in SEC games.
Dave, they did.
And we played 3 bottom feeders.
Dave, they didn't give up 30 the other night. They gave up in the mid-20s. Come on, man. You know that. Stop cherry
Tony, the scoreboard says 33.
Dave.
That's all that matters.
Bino, would you...
The scoreboard in Kentucky was 34.
Bino, would you talk to this maroon, please?
Dave, I like you, I hope that you're dead wrong. I don't know that we're going 7-5. Now, I haven't... I will admit... You never know how your opponent's going to perform on the day that you play them, but other than Georgia, I'm not sure I've seen a performance by us this year that gives me confidence that we would go to Florida and win or beat that Vandy team. We'll have to have a performance similar to Georgia or better to win one or both of those games. But my hope is that we will see that. I think you're... I'll have to admit, I think your Malzahn comparison is a fairly good one to Josh, except for the fact that Malzahn was a whole lot more acerbic personality than Josh is. And I think that Josh will have, you never know where your big boosters are going to go, and they have even more say today. And I'll never say never when I see a season where midway through James Franklin gets fired, Kelly gets fired. Both of them have a lot more equity behind them than Josh has got. But Josh has got Danny White, who I think is going to be I think he's going to be as patient as he can be. And generally speaking, even though it's not our reputation, I think Tennessee's fan base and their administration are a more patient lot than most of the upper tier teams in the SEC are. So I do not believe that Josh will lose his job prior. I think Josh will coach here in 2027. But that's what I believe. I don't know that, but that's what I believe.
Well, I just, that Oklahoma game was, and I called him Friday, I said the Oklahoma game was the biggest game of Josh Heupel's career here at Tennessee.
Dave, you say it every week, man.
No, I didn't say that about the Mississippi State game or the Alabama game.
You said that about the Arkansas. You said if he loses this
game,
he's not.
I said if he loses that, he should be.
You say it every game, Dave.
I said about this Oklahoma game that it was the game that's going to tell you how this thing's going to go. It is, and the mistakes and the undisciplined play is just inexcusable.
Dave,
inexcusable in your own house.
Dave, thank you. You're on a cold, chilly, a little bit windy here in North Knoxville, spitting rain day. You brought some more low pressure. back to the phones we go. On your TLD Logistics phone lines. Garzaloff, fifth quarter fan reaction the other night. We went to 3:15. I started getting dizzy and hallucinating. But what do you have to say about the Oklahoma game on Monday? Dave's come to the conclusion that Josh Heupel's getting terminated after next season. That's what he drew.
Middle of next season.
Middle of next season. Sorry, Bino. And Dave, as I asked Dave, you don't know that. Yes, I do. I've watched a lot of football. Dave, you don't know the future, buddy. I love you, and I love your show. And it can turn into your show from time to time because I finally find you mildly amusing for some reason. TLD Logistics phone lines on a Monday. Hi, you're on the air.
What are you saying, Don?
Hey, Phil. Welcome in. Great seeing you Friday, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you in Bino.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Philadelphia?
I told you the same thing Nigga Dave said about 7. If they lose tomorrow, they're going to go 7-5. I told you that directly to your face.
Yes, you did.
And the writing's on the wall.
What writing?
The writing is on the wall. We're going to go 7-5. The Vanderbilt game is going to determine if he's really going to be on a hot seat or not. They lose to Vanderbilt here. That butt's going to get really cooking real quick.
You know what's interesting about Vanderbilt? Somebody said this to me yesterday. It was actually a family member. Because, Sundays I'm just trying to get away from my work. No offense to anybody. And especially after being up to 5 in the morning. And somebody said, yeah, I noticed Vanderbilt the other day. Then they said to me, have you thought about the fact that Tennessee gets to play spoiler to them if they win their last 2 games? And I put a thing about that in the blog. Bino, that is the maybe strangest thing I've ever written in the blog down through the years, that Tennessee might play spoiler to Vanderbilt, playoff spoiler here at the end of the year. Now, is that upside down, Beanstar, or is that upside down?
That's as strange as it gets there.
And to Phil's point, you've already lost 2 games in your building. The way to lose a fan base, Phil, if you really want to lose a fan base, in my mind, is to start losing games at home. Which is why Bino mentioned the significance of losing the Oklahoma game. Because one of our tenets down through the years, Phil, we've believed here is that the sign of a healthy program is when you protect your house. That's why when Heupel beat Florida and Alabama last year, that to me, that's the sign that you got something going on. When people can't win in your building. Because in this league, people shouldn't win in your building. They shouldn't in this league. Unless you got a Death Star Alabama or a Death Star Georgia, and then I'll understand it. Georgia this year, Phil's not a Death Star team. They're a pretty good college football team.
No, they got the best coach in college football. That's the reason why they're winning.
Yes, that's right.
And all honesty, though, we're in year 5. We're still making the same stupid mistakes. It's not being rectified yet. And until we do it, we're not going to do anything over here. It's pretty simple.
It's college football, though, Phil. It's a sloppy, ugly sport. I mean, look on the other side. Oklahoma did some crazy things the other night as well. And like I was saying, that decision to pass the ball with around 4 minutes to go in the game, Oklahoma deserved, Bino, to lose that football game when they did that the other night. You deserve to lose when you do things like that. Now, we didn't have enough time. But they really played with fire there, Bino. Really played with it.
Yeah, I know if the situation would have been reversed, I would have been thinking in my seat, we just lost the football game for no reason.
And somebody said here on the chat that they were sitting around some Oklahoma fans who just put their heads in their hands and said, we just cannot believe what we just witnessed. Because all they have to do there is run the ball, and they're going to run the game out. That's all they had to do. I mean, we were done. Our defense was done at that point.
Well, let's get real. Oklahoma's trash. Alabama's going to beat the living tire out of them here in a week or 2. They'll be on a fire at Venables soon.
That's correct. That's correct. I think Venables still is going to get it at the end of the year, which is going to make the loss that much harder to bear.
More painful.
That's right.
I agree.
That's right.
And what our special teams coach who went to Nebraska is doing a great job there.
Yes.
Why in the world did we hire that garbage position coach we got there now? He's terrible.
I mean, Phil, Bino, are you going to blame this guy for our special teams? That young coach we hired, the young kid?
I don't know, Tony, but our special teams are not good.
Yeah, but what are special teams anymore? What are they? I mean, they've totally negated.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to it, Tony. But
Yeah.
I mean, you at least wise should know which kicks to return and which to fair catch, and not have them totally reversed.
Exactly.
Well, what's funny, Chris Fowler the other night said on the air, he said, "Well, that's going to be returned," and they call for a fair catch. On one of those kickoffs, Bino, it was shallow and it was low, and he's done hundreds of games. He's just used to you're returning that ball. That ball is not hit with any kind of depth up in the air, and you got all kinds of room to run, and he just calls for a fair catch. I mean, we don't even try to return kickoffs, do we, guys? No, we
don't.
Do we ever take kickoffs back, Bino? And then you got Boo Carter back there, who essentially is a guy making several $100,000 a year as a sometimes fair catcher now. That's what he is, and sometimes fair catch fumbler. I mean, what is he doing?
Is there any way we can get Max Gilbert transferred to Memphis or something? That guy can hit. He can hit a legitimate field goal when the money's on the line. Get rid of him.
Thank you.
Who's going to do the clock management for Heupel next year, Tony? See.
865-200. That running the clock down before the 2-minute warning. And Bino, the other thing I had the trouble with the game management the other day was when you know that their kicker's going the way their kicker's been going coming to that game and that they're offensively challenged. I'm looking over there at Tim Banks and I'm saying, I'm accepting this penalty, and I'm yelling into his headset, and they better not get a damn first down or I'll fire you. As a head coach, I've had people tell me since that take, I don't know about that. You can't move them out of field goal range there because they might get a first down. What kind of loser mentality is that? Everybody should be accountable to do their jobs out there, including the defensive coordinator. Especially when you don't have, this isn't John Mechie and all these incredible receivers for Alabama, and you're going to give them a 3rd and 18. This is this Oklahoma bunch with this Mateer guy. Bino, you would take that penalty, right? You wouldn't just give them a field goal.
Yes.
That's dumb.
I'm taking that penalty, Tony. I wish we hadn't called a timeout before our 4th and 1. I think if we would have had 3 timeouts left, I especially wish we hadn't taken it after we came out with the personnel grouping that we came out with and failed to convert the 4th and 1. I wish we hadn't taken that timeout. Then I believe that we would have kicked deep after drawing the game within 2 points or whatever we drew it within, and we stood a better chance of winning the football game there. I understand how critical that play was, but I wish we would have had another timeout in our pocket.
And I will say this, in all fairness, like to the Daves and the Phil, the little things in the SEC are the things that get you beat. Like the not having the timeout at the end of the year, at the end of the deal. Here's another thought, because I was talking with C about this in real time. This is me now, okay? I'm always going to kick that ball deep rather than onside kicking. I'm going to force John Mateer to get a first down to end that football game, deep in his territory. I'm going to force him to do that rather than giving them the ball at midfield, which ends down on the 1 yard line, and then they punch it in, and then from there, basically the game's over. I'm always going to do whatever the coach on the other sideline is cheering for me not to do is the thing I'm going to try and do. I'm always going to think.
You think they could have stopped their running game deep, even though it's deep in their own end of the field?
You force John Mateer to execute on 3rd down throwing a ball. Yeah.
In hindsight, Tony, I probably would have kicked it deep, but at the time with only 2 timeouts, I thought we probably should try an onside kick. In hindsight, we probably should have kicked that deep.
And
I want to say something about Josh Heupel real quick.
Yes,
Tony.
yes.
Josh Heupel is not a great football coach, but I think he's a very solid football coach. And he's brought us from the brink of disaster to the point to where we go out every Saturday, regardless who we're playing. We go out every Saturday thinking we have a chance to win the football game. I don't want to go 7-5. I, like everybody else, want to be a championship football program. The only thing is we're to the point to where we're to the hardest step, and that's going from where you're competitive against everyone you play to being a championship program. And I don't think you can magically go out there and find the guy that gets you from the point that we're at to the championship level. So the only thing I'll say is be real careful what you wish for.
From the mouth of Beano's, so we go back to the phones. From the mouth of Beano's, because there are a lot of people that are going to make a lot of people in this cycle rich for generations that are getting ready to get booby prizes. I'm talking about boobs.
Listen, I've got no defense for the fact that Josh Heupel's paid $9 million a year. I know that's what, except for every Tom, Dick, and Harry with a whistle around his neck gets paid around that amount this year. Doesn't make them one drop smarter. They're all overpaid. He's overpaid. I've got no answer for that. But I don't want to give up a $9 million coach that's got us pretty dang close for a $3 million coach that's going to give away everything that we've gained to this point.
Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony B., this is Zach from E-Town.
Hey,
it's
Zach,
a pleasure
welcome in.
to speak with you.
Good
it's
talk
been a
to you.
minute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And Bino, hello. Happy basketball beginning day.
Yep.
I think we need that. I think Phil may have mentioned something that I was going to ask about was the special teams coach that we used to have that was so animated.
Yep.
So do you think we're missing his absence?
I don't know. Coach Scream and Shout is what I called him, Mike Eckler.
Yeah, Eckler, that's right.
He's done a nice job at Nebraska. That's where he's from, and he's a complete nut job. And Evan Crabtree is the kid that they promoted back in February to take his spot. And Evan Crabtree's a young kid. You look at him over there, he looks like a guy that would get carded at your local bar.
Yeah.
He
looks like he could be my son.
Yeah, he's so young looking, and good for him. You know, he's got an opportunity here at a major university.
No doubt.
I'm not sure when Heupel does some of these hires. I'm not sure the staff gets better, but that's his deal, and ultimately that's what either Tony Vitello. One thing about him here, and one thing about Rick Barnes, those guys have been able to stay at a very high level, and in Tony's case, we're able to stay in for Barnes now, gone past a decade, which is remarkable, an extremely high level, because they surround themselves with really good people. Not their friends, really good people.
Well,
hey, Tony, I also don't want to be overly harsh on judging the young man coaching the special teams, because last year I was convinced that Pope wasn't the answer to be our wide receiver coach, and his unit looks pretty dang good this year.
That's exactly right, Pino. That's exactly right. It's about players, man.
It is. It's and that's the problem. One of the things, we are using. I keep hearing, we don't want to go back to what we had, which is definitely true. But that statement and that rationale, I mean, it can't keep us in this phase forever. And ending at 7-5, I'm not sure would be. I don't know. I'd like to ask you just two quick things. Maybe I could take it off the air, but. If you could win one of the two, which would you rather have, a victory at the Swamp to end that, or a victory against Vandy to maybe end their playoff chances? What do you think?
Thank you, my brother. Good talking to you. And by the way, take the Vols to cover tonight. They're going to hammer that team. In fact, Tennessee is going to, if they can, they're going to make an example of these early season opponents because they've got to play with the numbers this year. And so I expect Tennessee to bear down and obviously the lineup will narrow when they get on the floor with real teams. Tonight you'll see some crazy combinations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll have it tonight for you. The post-game right here, Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime, our second edition of the year. We actually did one. Alex and Brian were on Bry after the Duke game, right? After the Duke exhibition, which if that isn't being committed to this fan base and what we do here, and that's certainly simply worth you telling a friend today about what we do here. Because there are a bunch of people that don't know about what we do here and don't understand what a robust, great community we have. But the way I would answer that, E-Town, is very simple. I'm not choosing between the two because you should beat both of them. I'm at the University of Tennessee. We should win both those games. Hour 2 after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law, fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, Living Vol fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike and Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio Show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show. Presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B. Let's a freaking go. As I welcome you back on your Basilio Show. Here it's hour 2. Let's go to the phones. Before we do, though, let's do this. We'll go to the phones, and then Brian's got a little nuggie he wants to share, and I want to get Bino's thoughts on Brian's nuggie. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, guys. It's Drew. How's everyone doing today?
Hey, Drew. Been better? Been worse? Drew. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I'm same. So, Tony, I don't think anyone's gotten to your question yet about 9-3 being in A-plus coaching job. And
A-level coaching job.
A-level, yeah. So I said at the beginning of the year that we were barreling towards a 7-5 year because of the decisions that this coach made in the offseason. And so I'm going to agree with you that it would be an A-level coaching job, but it's because of the decisions Josh Heupel made.
Yeah.
Josh Heupel didn't make any major changes to his staff. Josh Heupel didn't show any urgency in the portal. Josh Heupel didn't increase the quality of this team by a level consummate to reach a double-digit win total this year, with, by the way, probably the easiest schedule, one of the easiest schedules in the history of Tennessee football. And, it was great going to the playoffs last year, but, when you really look at it, I mean, we were the number 9 seed. That's pretty much, you can't spell citrus without UT. It's right outside the 4 major bowl games looking in. And we got our teeth kicked in, granted by the national champions, but yeah, sure. I mean, we can call it an A-level job if we want to ignore the fact that he's the one that put him in this position, himself in this position. I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying, sure, 9-3 would be amazing, especially when you consider the fact that we haven't beat Florida at Florida since 2003. Vanderbilt is simply, at this point, probably a better football team than us with more to play for. But I don't see this guy making the necessary changes that it's going to take to turn this thing around. I'm not talking about this year. There's inflection points with all the coaches that we've had, and it's pure coincidence that 2015 against Oklahoma was Butch Jones's. But, the saddest part about this all to me is I don't think, and I think we would all agree, I don't think Derek Dooley, Pruitt, or Butchie Boy equal the coach that Josh Heupel is. But I don't see Josh Heupel standing out of his own way. That's the saddest part about all of this, is the only person standing in Josh Heupel's way is Josh Heupel. And I don't see him making the changes to his staff that it's going to take to turn this thing around. And how do you think a guy like him, with his history of being let go by his alma mater and his loyalty to his friends, how do you think he's going to respond when his AD comes to him and says, "Hey, Josh, we need some major changes here. We have the number 2 budget in the conference. I'm charging, I'm squeezing pennies out of people's pockets here." The baseball coach, he went around and recruited and went after the portal like the number 2 budget in the conference. The basketball coach has completely changed, his stance on all that and the way he operates.
You're exactly
even
right.
at his age.
Yeah.
Why is the football coach not doing that?
Here's a question for you, Drew. Here's a question. Before we pronounce this guy guilty, can we give him an opportunity to do the very things you're espousing? Because here's the thing. If you're right, and they go 7-5, now Danny White has one of the dumbest contracts in the history of contracts, which is they give him a 4-year rollover for fogging up a mirror on a certain date every year, and he just gets an automatic with a buyout. He's got, I don't know how he got that contract or who gave him that contract, but that is money whipping somebody beyond belief. However, I digress. Danny White is going to go to him and he's going to go, "Josh, here's the deal. I brought you in here. I gave you a chance in the big time. Now, what are you going to do to fix this thing?" If they go 7-5, if you're right, because if he goes 9-3, if he goes 9,
it's not good enough either.
If he goes 9-3, he's not going to have a leg to stand on. He cannot walk down to his football coach and demand changes at 9-3 because Heupel could look at him and say, "Hey, I'm one kick from Georgia away from being 10-2," and he'll be accurate. So if you're a change person, you almost have to cheer for a couple more losses in a weird way, and I mean like you want coaching staff changes, because I'm not sure if you go 9-3, he comes to that conclusion. Bino, why are people assuming that this guy is not going to make the changes? What did I miss here? Everybody else gets a chance to change, don't they, Bino? I mean, Rick Barnes got a chance to change, didn't he?
Yes. I guess my biggest fear and I'm in agreement that I think going forward he has to make changes on his coaching staff. My biggest fear for Josh is 2 things. One, that he's so in love with calling plays that he would never consider anyone else doing that for him, which would allow him, in my opinion, to be a better game manager. And secondly, that he's too good a man and too loyal almost like David Cutcliffe, to where he would rather himself go down as his assistants get jettisoned.
But see, his best year that he's had here in 2022, Golish was the one playing the calls or making the calls. So why wouldn't he look at that year and say, that was my best year. I need to find someone that I can trust to that level and replicate that.
Well, the scary thing is his best year and his best offense happened with somebody else's recruits. That's a thing.
Correct.
And that's a thing that doesn't make any sense to me about this guy, because I think he's a great offensive coach. But his quarterback, whatever you want to call him, evals, I mean, God, I hope these guys can play next year. And who knows? I don't know. It's going to be really interesting all the way around, because it definitely gets harder next year. There's no doubt when you look at that schedule.
Exactly.
It definitely goes up in class.
This is the good news, though.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to just look at this as rationally as possible.
Yes.
Because I genuinely don't believe that he's going to make it, largely because I think this year we're going to end up 7-5.
Yeah.
And then you look at the schedule for the next couple years. The good news is these major jobs that are all jostling for coaches are not going to be doing the same thing in a couple years.
Right.
And we should not have to compete with the caliber of program on our side of the country that some of these other, that these other programs are dealing with.
Yeah,
but I'll leave you with this. You talk about this guy, he can change. What track record does he have at UCF and at Tennessee so far to make you think that he will and can change? This guy has proven that he is what he is. He does what he does. He doesn't have urgency in the portal. He's comfortable with his staff. I mean, we knew, and look, Nico should have been shown the door in December, but we knew that we didn't have talent that we needed to be competitive to meet our goals this year. And we watched everyone else in the portal, including this Oklahoma team who just came in and embarrassed us at home, go in the portal, be extremely active. And look, sometimes you're going to look at Miami. I mean, they spent all this money and they've got their box of Rice-A-Roni.
That's right.
But at least try. And the fact that this guy does not seem willing to try, like I said, the saddest thing, and I'll get off here, I know you got a lot of people, the only person standing in Josh Heupel's way, because Butch and them didn't have the talent to do it anyway, I believe this guy does, but the only person standing in his way is himself, and I don't believe that he has the wherewithal, the testicular fortitude, and the guts to make the decision.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong, because here's the thing. Bino, you said something about people when it matters, and they did onside kick that football at the end of the game, which I wouldn't have done, by the way. I would have kicked it deep, and I'd have told Banks, you're getting a stop. But that defense of Banks that held up all night long, and this is just Tim Banks' defense in a nutshell, when you absolutely needed to have that stop there, Bino, they run that ball down to the 1 yard line. That is the most Tim Banks defense thing of all time that happened the other night. And just end the game right there. I don't get this Tim Banks thing. I didn't get it last year, even when they were great. I just don't think the guy's very good. I don't think he knows what he's doing. And Bino, you and I have talked to people that coach the sport off the record down there at Calhoun's, and they say when they watch our zone defense, it's like they're trying to read something that's in Mandarin or something. Like, it makes no sense. And here's the thing about Heupel, because I think he's got a good point. I think the guy is an extremely talented, bright guy.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a little tweaking. I need tweaking. We've tweaked what we do. Everybody needs tweaking. Everybody needs tweaking.
Yeah, that's exactly true. I want to slightly disagree with one thing that Drew said. He said that we knew that we had to make changes in certain areas. I think most of us going in thought that the area that we needed the most attention was wide receiver.
Yep.
They decided they didn't.
Yep.
And that's as good a unit as they have.
Yep.
We all thought that we had what we needed defensively, and that's a poor unit. So I don't know that they knew. I think they thought that they got what they needed out of the portal. But obviously, after all the results are in, we certainly needed some more help on that side of the ball.
And here's the thing, and I'm going to put this very plainly, loudly and plainly, because I'm not going to get obnoxious with it this offseason. They're either going to do it or they're not. You've got 100 million jobs open right now. We wrote a blog post about it last week. If you're not identifying one or two players on every roster that's open right now or about to come open, and you don't reach out, make some phone calls, and land your fair share of those guys, you're lazy and you're not doing your job. Because they need a good 8 to 10 players on defense out of the portal that can play for next season. And I'm talking about linebackers and safeties. And I'm talking about I'm signing me 4 to 6 linebackers and I'm signing me 2 to 4 safeties. And don't tell me you have young players on your roster. I don't want to hear that. This is a man's game. It's the reason Vanderbilt is about to make the damn playoff if we don't knock them off their stride at the end of the year. Because they have an older roster and it's a man's game. So you better get out in the portal this year and you better get some defensive football players and quit this nonsense as we go back to the phones. I watched Oklahoma the other night. You know what they had on defense? A bunch of men running around. And I like that Perlotti guy, by the way. I like that Perlotti guy an awful lot. He's a nice young player. Get some guys to compliment him. Get some people to compliment him.
McMurphy says Tennessee, Miami in the Gator Bowl. We had it first on Saturday night.
Where's Matt Dixon to scream at you? Hey,
you want me to holler at you, Brian?
Hey, Bino, give Bino your stat, and then we'll go back to the phones.
Yeah. Max Gilbert is a 78% field goal maker in his career. He's made 78% of his field goals. Jeff Hall was only a 68.5% career percentage at field goals.
Yeah.
That's nearly 10 points higher.
10 points higher, Bino. What do you say to that, Bino?
Damn lies and statistics. I tell you this. I was hoping that Jeff Hall would have a bunch of offspring like those Colquitts. I'll take Jeff Hall every year.
Jeff Hall getting a shout out. Let's go back to the phones. Hello and welcome in. You are a great line. As we go back to our TLT logistics phone line. I needed that. Welcome in. You're on the air. Hi.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Rihanna. What's up, buddy?
Oh, just I can't agree with everything that Drew said more. I mean, that was pretty much on as far as I'm concerned. I got a few points I'd like to make, Tony. We've been one of the most penalized teams in the SEC since he got there 5 years ago, and that really hasn't improved. We're still at the bottom end, and that just shows to me just a lack of discipline, a lack of attention to detail. And, that's just a troubling thing. The fundamental things that we do wrong, angles, tackling, not getting your head across. I mean, it's just all the things that you sit there and you see game after game. And when I think about Coach Heupel, I think about this, and I agree with what you guys say. We're better than we were. But what I see is sort of Coach Heupel is like what Former was at the end of his tenure. You have to make the changes on your staff. Are you going to be too stubborn to do it? All the changes that's happened, has he upgraded? And I go back and Eckler, I would say no. Jerry Mack to the running backs coach they have now, I would say no. Cody Burns to Kelsey Pope, maybe. It's probably a wash in my mind looking at it now. So and of course Golish to Hosley is definitely a downgrade. So when he's had the opportunity to improve the staff, he hasn't done it. And that's just something. I mean, it's like Coach Former was getting comfortable. And he has this. I mean, it is what it is, for better or worse. When he goes into the press conference, somebody asks him a question, he don't answer. I don't have to. You know, he has that attitude like, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm just going to get up there and say some words and get out. So, you know, it's just that a little bit of arrogance, I think, a little bit, I know it more than you know, that, you know, that bothers me as far as the whole problem with. What do you think, Dino?
All of those are certainly troubling, Mariano. I think attention to detail is probably the biggest problem in Heupel's organization.
And you know what, guys? When you dated back to Central Florida and you had that high-flying offense and you were just popping people, it was one thing to lead the nation in penalties, and who cares? Or be up there. You know, top 5, top 10, whatever it is. Rihanna, you get in these games, man, and you commit a false start penalty in the Southeastern Conference football game. Now, the other night, they were really clean penalty-wise. That was the irony. It was the other parts of the deal that kind of came apart the other night. Yeah, but it's kind of a sad game the other night. It really was.
It was. Tony, and I sort of expected it. I knew Oklahoma up front on their front seven on D is really good.
Yep.
Even after their stud went out, they pulled his hammy.
Yep.
They were still stout as they could be. The best defensive front in the league by far.
Yeah.
I think even over Georgia and Bama this year.
Oh, yeah.
Let me say this, guys, about the season. I mean, it's like me and my friend were talking yesterday, and we talk about it after church on Sundays, every Sunday. Hey, we're just going for an NIT bowl, because if you don't make the dance, granted it's a restricted dance, then it's just like, you know, it's just a bowl game that nobody really cares anything about, wherever you go, because you're not in the dance. So we just call it the NIT bowls. You know, whatever those bowls that are left are just NIT bowls. And one thing that is totally unacceptable, and I looked at it today, it's one thing to be behind Vanderbilt in AP poll, but when you're behind Memphis and you're third in the state, that is unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. I don't care what rebuilding job they got or who they don't have or what they don't have. That should never occur. Never.
Rihanna, thank you, brother. Good talking to you. Yeah, that if you lose to Vanderbilt at the end of the year and they make a playoff, which who knows? I think Auburn probably gets supercharged this weekend. Auburn might get Vandy this weekend. That's usually what happens when you have that coach bounce, and we see that all too often now. Unfortunately, that's the new age, Bino. We fire these guys in the middle of the season now, so the coach bounce is a thing. Like UCLA got to experience a coach bounce for a whole month till your boy up there at Indiana put their fire out. And I mean, he put their fire out, Bino, the other day. But who knows? Auburn might get Vanderbilt. You know, they'll have a guy on staff that'll run some different things and then if he's anything like, who was the interim coach from Florida? Yeah, he comes to the media and says, yeah, the last guy didn't know what he was doing in terms of the numbers and the offense, and he inhibited us.
Gonzalez said that?
Yeah.
You want another fact?
Hit it.
Only 3 teams have yet to allow more than 24 points in the game all year. Indiana, Ohio State, and Auburn.
Wow.
Are the 3 teams.
Yeah, that Auburn defense, that's the other thing being, Brian, they have an excellent... That Auburn-Oklahoma game looked like a prison yard football game. Those 2 teams were destroying each other. Like, destroying each other. But Memphis kind of plays in a joke league, and they sort of beat Comrade Golish, which is ironic, which opens the door for them to be there. And I guess everything in college football is related. But they've done a nice job down there with their program in recent years. They've invested in it, and they went out there and won that game. And if they win the rest of them, and they're still going to have to navigate a conference championship game, they're going to get in. But if Vanderbilt walks out of here and beats Tennessee and goes to a playoff, that will be the darkest winter. That will make last year's Ohio State loss in the playoffs look like a walk in the park being started. You feel me? In terms of the psyche of our fan base?
It does. It doesn't matter how good they are, Tony.
That's right.
To our fan base, they're Vandy, and they've got zero business.
As in
ever
zero.
coming in here and winning a football.
So if Heupel and Danny White and those folks really want to urinate people off here, I would suggest losing to Vanderbilt to end the year. Regardless of what happens in the Florida game, you could win at Florida, be sky high, and come right back here. And if Vanderbilt's playing to get to a playoff and you lose to them in Neyland Stadium, oh my Roan. You want to talk about those guys, Danny White and Josh Heupel, waking up in a new reality? Because they will wake up in a new Bugatti, my good friends. John Bugatti. Because there will be bagging people as we come back on the other side and continue after this.
Yes, Severe on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at TL.
By the way, I just got word that Colombo leads off after this.
Logistics Hotline. Online at TLDlogistics.com.
Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company-paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a two-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow, I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B. I'm being told that Columbo's up next here by the producer. Let's see if Columbo's in here. Columbo, welcome in. Columbo, welcome in. Hello, Columbo?
I think you got me. You got me.
What?
You saved me for last.
Oh, wait a second. Did Mark in Columbus, did he come as Florida today, Bino? What is this, like a Halloween 3 days late? What are we doing here, Bino?
Go ahead.
I don't know, Tony. I'm just a man that's on the other side of the line.
We'll take him as we got him. Go ahead, Florida. You're on the air.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. Halloween was my birthday last Friday.
Really? Happy birthday to you, man.
Happy birthday, Florida.
I hope you don't mind, brother, that I put down in words how wonderful life is with you in this world, my man.
Yes, sir, it is. But, Bino, was you in Chili's Thursday or Friday?
I was not.
Oh, boy, you got a doppelganger.
Interesting.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, Tony B.
That poor son of a gun.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. Hey, Tony B., what is wrong with you Vol fans, man? Why are y'all so up in arms? Relax, bro. Relax, man. Y'all was happier than a gay man in the dildo factory not 2 weeks ago. Now everybody want to fire Hyper. Listen, the only one that's got 1 foot in the grave and the other one on the banana peel is that defensive coordinator, y'all. He's trash. It's time for him to go. Just simple as that. It's time for him to go. But quit getting all this noise. Y'all got the best. Aguilar done brought y'all a long way, bro. Be thankful for that. Be thankful. What's the problem?
Hey, Bean, it's really crazy when a Florida caller is one of the more reasonable ones today.
It's easy for Florida to not be as emotional as we are after we get beat by Oklahoma.
He's going to tell us next that we're going to get mollywopped.
No, I'm not. B, hey, listen. Venables, y'all got to understand, Venables was one of the best defensive coordinators in college football with Clemson 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Awful head coach.
He going to always have a defense.
Awful head coach.
Now, Josh Heupel, if he just turned his receivers loose and let them play, bro, he's conservative, man. You can't be conservative in college football, man. You got Steve Spurrier said you got to open the door and let it fly. That's all you got to do, man. He got the offense's mind for it. Y'all just get mad, boy. Y'all get mad quick. Y'all just put him down.
Oh, this fan base will snap, man. These people here, that's what I love about this fan base. They're either with you or they're against you, and sometimes both at the same time. And I got time for that.
That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't. Listen, it's just a game, bro. Y'all had the easiest schedule, one of the easiest schedules.
Now here we go. Now here comes the cheap shots. All right, here we come. Here we come. Here come the cheap shots. Here it comes.
Each game that you lost within a 6-7 point
Here
range,
it comes.
Bro. 6 to 10 points.
Yeah, here
you
it
lost
comes.
it. So it's nothing wrong with that, bro. It's nothing wrong with that. You lost to SEC teams, man.
Hey, Florida. Last time I checked, they do keep scoring these games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's y'all's record?
We 3-5 now. I told you that.
Let me give you a spelling lesson. S to the L to the A to the W. What you got?
Slow.
What's going to happen when we go down to Gainesville in 12 days and a few hours?
If he don't take DJ Lagway out there and put Tramell Jones Jr. in there, that quarterback, 5-star quarterback out of Jacksonville,
yep,
y'all going to mollywop up.
Give me an update on Megatron, the 9-year-old football phenom locally.
Oh man, hey listen, the 10-year-old, but hey listen, they start tournament play. We play West Saturday.
All right. Where is the game? Who can come? What at West High School or West Middle?
Yes.
West High School. What time's the game kick off so everybody can come out and see Megatron?
We play at 12:15.
All right. Bino, will you be there with me to see the 12-year-old phenom perform?
No, the 10-year-old. He's just 10.
I'm sorry. Bino, the 9-year-old, the 10-year-old phenom known as Megatron. And what's the program called, Florida?
The South Door Cherokees.
The Cherokees. Yeah.
Hey, listen, if they thought he ain't missed a pass, he ain't missed a catch all year.
Shout out to Greg Batters, former Knoxville Cherokee, one of my favorite Knoxville Cherokees. Shout out to Bob Thomas, former owner of the Knoxville Cherokees. I got a Cherokee hockey stick over here in honor of the Cherokees. I know the Cherokees well, my man.
Yeah, well, you're going to see. I got to give a shout out to his quarterback, Kendall Allen. Boy, he's another 10-year-old phenom that can throw the ball 40 yards.
Florida, I got to give a shout out to the dial tone because that's where you're going. Let's get our next call in.
Did I hear fear in Florida's voice?
I mean, what are we doing? That was supposed to be Mark in the Lumbo. They told me was there. Come on, Laura, do better. I'm gonna start ripping her, Bino. You know that? I'm gonna start ripping her on here.
Yeah, how's
that
I would
get
not
me?
advise.
Should we do that? Should we bring her up as a fifth quarter fan reaction? Like do that in the third hour?
I would not.
How would you grade your producer's performance today? Your on-site producer. Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
If you were looking for Mark in Colombo, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Interesting.
Bobby, how you guys doing?
Interesting.
And I don't suggest getting on Mrs. B. Number one, she's out of your league, and number two, divorces are very expensive. This last weekend, Josh lost all the favor he curried with the 2 Alabama wins, I believe. I don't think the fans are going to do much for him anymore. I'm done defending him. I've run out in front of many, many, many oncoming trains to defend him. He's got to stop being a play caller. Guys, we might arguably have the 2 highest paid offensive and defensive coordinators in the country. Ours just happens to be the head coach. And I don't know if he's an elite head coach. I don't even know if he's a good head coach. I know he's a great offensive play caller and coordinator, and that may be what we have. If he can't find somebody he trusts, he's in deep trouble.
Beanstar, what do you think? Does Heupel, would he ever give up that play calling thing, Heupel? I mean, Beanstar, what do you think?
That seems to be the most difficult thing for any of those guys that are kind of at the top of the profession as play callers to do. So I'm not confident that he will do that.
Can I give you one more takeaway from just the average fan that's run out in front of the train several times for him this year, Tony? The post-game press conferences, if I'm his PR guy, if I'm part of his $9 million a year PR campaign that runs Josh Heupel's career for him outside of being a coach, you have to say something in your press conferences. It's almost as if he knows he has a blank check or carte blanche on not having to talk. There's no accountability at all. He has the same accountability in press conferences as SEC officiating. It's really frustrating. Well, we got to work on the details. We got to be more detail-oriented. Work on them! That's what somebody needs to say. You don't. It's clear. You need to work on them. And lastly, and I'll leave you with this, personal appearance is not show fodder in any way, but you practice how you play and your team takes on the identity of their coach. It would be nice if he would shave or take a shower and get lined up before a football game. I get lined up every Friday before football games because it means something to me. And this fan base is going to realize or think, like I do, I'm starting to believe, it doesn't matter to him. We don't matter. And it's starting to piss me off. See ya.
What does shaving and being lined up on a Friday that he does before a game? What is he talking about, Bino? Would you care to explain to me what that term is? I've never heard that.
I'm not sure. I've heard that come up now, Tony.
Yeah, that's a new thing now.
Since that we're haven't been as successful this year as we had been over the last several. To me, now this is just me.
Yeah,
I could care less if he ever said a word at a press conference.
Yes,
I know it's not my job. I could care less.
Yes,
what he says at a press conference, and I don't give a rat's ass how he dresses or how he shaves.
Andy Reid looks like the Kool-Aid man over there.
It sounds like he's trying to rip his shower discipline.
Andy Reid.
I don't think that matters one drop.
Andy Reid
in
looks
his
like
job performance.
Looks like
period.
Crash Bang Kool-Aid used to come through the brick wall, brick by brick. I mean, come on. What is it? What was the saying he just had? He tightens up or whatever. Was that Archie Bell and the Drells? What was this? What did he just say? How did he put that?
I can't bring up the exact words that Roberto
Because
used.
Johnny Morgan says, if you want to tighten it up, you get out to that Broadway barbershop in Maryville on Friday.
Right.
He said, I'll tighten you up before game day. Hey, Johnny, look at my haircut. Could you tighten me up, brah? Because my high and tight days are over. What am I now, Bino? My high or tight?
You're just tight, Tony.
I mean, we're going to start grading these coaches' appearances now? Although I do call Kirby dumb.
When it begins to slip, Tony, the things that don't matter all of a sudden matter.
Although Kirby Dumb does use a Flowbee on his hair. So, somebody just wrote they want to see him in a three-piece suit like Tom Landry. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not a dress-up person. I want the guy to be comfortable. Do what you want. Be who you are, man. If the guy wants to look like a slob, who cares? You win games, you win games. And the guy does look like a slob, okay? It does. I mean, I went and saw my son graduate from college at Penn, and I've told the story on the air, and this is how you know these are true stories, because I don't, deviate from the septum when I'm telling them, because they're the truth. I brought my guitar. I went to a little block in Center City, Philadelphia. I sat down and was playing guitar, just unwinding. And I had some of my best threads on, and a guy came by, Bino, and flipped me $20 and said, go get yourself some lunch. Or no, dinner. It was the middle of the afternoon. He actually said, go get yourself something to eat. And I said, no, man, it's not like that. I'm just out here relaxing. He goes, no, man, it is like that. He goes, go get you something to eat. So either I looked emaciated,
He was feeding the hungry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But let's go back to the phones. And Dave is asking on over here on YouTube, where these people are unhinged today, if Florida would take Heupel to coach Florida next year. Do you think Florida wants Heupel to coach Florida after hearing that phone call, Bri? Is that what's happening here? Is he trying to steal our coach right out from under us, Bri?
Well, maybe, just like not Eckler, but Elander stole their hitting coach.
Here's the
I wish they would take Tim Banks. Then their motto down there could be, just don't spot the ball.
Back to the phones we go. Tim Banks does a really nice job, except when it matters. He's kind of like that kicker we have. No offense to him. Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome in. You are on our Spirited Monday edition.
Hey, John, this is.
Hey, welcome in.
Man, you just drew the parallel between Tim Banks and our kicker. That's kind of, when it matters.
When it matters. Right? It's what these games are.
Well, and listen, everything that I was going to say, I think Drew nailed, and probably a lot better than I could. Just look, the clock is running, and the little things do matter. And even the previous caller, talking about being lined up is what he said, lined up and being presentable. There's something in me that does miss the days of Johnny Majors.
Is being
when when a coach would come out there in a sport coat, or Gene Stallings or whatever.
Being lined
but at the
up.
same time, Butch Jones was lined up. He had a great haircut. Fine, he's got a haircut, but he can't coach.
I've never heard that term. Bino, have you ever heard that term, being lined up for being presentable? Yeah. Have you ever heard that, Bino? Being lined up?
No. I mean, I'm learning all kinds of glowed up was last week.
Yep. Now, who do we say was glowed up? Who got glowed up? Refresh my memory.
That was
Elander.
That's the new baseball coach.
Yeah, he got glowed up. Elander, if you're listening, that's a nice glow up on you, big boy. Nice glow up.
Hey,
that was from your kids who. That was from your kids, Tony, who learned from Charlie Manuel to be all growed up.
So that's a compliment now. Glowed up.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie and Darlin Wash said he's the prettiest boy that ever growed.
Yeah.
I'm growing over here.
I was thinking about your haircut. You asked him whether you had the high top or fade. I was like, no, it's not high and it's not high top. It's all fade now for you. But I'm right behind you. Listen, I'm gonna trash talk on Mark and Colombo for a minute because I heard him on the fifth quarter and I thought it was ridiculous. He's talking about Joey Aguilar being a Sun Belt quarterback.
Yep.
Listen, man, if Tennessee had anyone better than that behind him, he'd be on the field. If Nico hadn't gone to UCLA, you wouldn't even wind up with a Sun Belt quarterback. Who would you have as your quarterback right now? Joey Aguilar is the Dylan Sampson of this year's team. He is the engine that is pulling the team. Frankly, he's the only thing that shines on this team to me. When I watch this team play, what we're good at, what our identity is, the times when he connects, when he leads that team down the field, scores touchdowns, those are some of the only bright spots that we have. And we backed into it. We backed into it because Nico decided to leave and went to UCLA, and we got him when we did. Back in May, we're looking at this thing saying, 7-8 wins. So it was nice to think about, to dream about being in the playoffs, but we're just returning to reality right now. When I look at Oklahoma, though, I saw a team that was, Brent Venables is focused on the defense. So imagine what they would look like if they got, a Joey Aguilar in their backfield.
What a great
Diego
line.
Pavia.
Bino, if they had Joey Aguilar on their team, what would Oklahoma be? Bino, if they had a quarterback that could throw the football a little bit, what would they be, Bino? They would not have lost. They would not have two losses right now. I can tell you that.
They'd be a top 5 team.
They would have beaten us by about 30 the other night if they had Joey Aguilar at quarterback.
But people at the start of the season would have absolutely blasted him if he had taken Aguilar rather than Mateer.
No question. No question. And Mark and Colombo, who I think is kind of a clown, comes on the air the other day, and I think he's a smart clown, too. That's the thing about Lumbo that really drives me nuts. He's an intelligent, introspective, interesting punk and clown. He came on the other day and called the guy a Sunbelt quarterback and dunked all over him in his lowest point of the year. I mean, what? Okay, who's a better player, Mark? You're the president, founding member of the Nico fan club. Answer that question for me. Who's better? Like you just said. I think this guy's better than Nico Bino, don't you? As a college player in our offense, as a college quarterback, what do you think, Beanstar?
Well, I mean, I know Nico was just a freshman. I saw them both in this offense. Aguilar's better than Nico was in this offense.
Thank you very little.
Wait a minute. Nico had a whole nother year to be in this offense. Don't forget, he came on campus early.
That's right.
He was there with his team for practices for the Orange Bowl.
That's right.
Such that he could have rolled out there and played some in 23, and he played basically none until the Iowa game. He had plenty of time to get competent in this offense.
Yes,
right? So
that's correct.
I don't know. Give this kid some credit. Joey Six is the only thing that's really driving this team, and frankly, when I think of what Oklahoma would look like if they had Joey Six, what would we look like if we didn't have him? Good grief!
Thank you.
All I can say is the clock is running on Heupel's phone, and he's got to make some changes. Got to. Well, absolutely.
Thank you, brother. Here's the thing about all these SEC coaches: the clock runs on all of them. Bino and I were talking about during the break. Very soon, pretty soon, Negadave's right. The Negadaves of the world. Because you got Negadaves in every fan base who, the minute a guy gets hired, they just put a target on him. And I'm not knocking Negadave, but that's what he does. And
Tony, I just think in this league now, especially at the top of the league, to have any longevity, you just have to be a great football coach. And I think Josh is a real solid football coach. I do not think he's a great football coach.
Frankfurter says the following, who's picking you and me apart, Bino, on here. He says, and now Heupel's constant coughing at every media opportunity pisses me off a little more. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. When a guy is winning and he's constantly coughing, nobody cares. When a guy is losing, he looks like an overweight Chumley from Pawn Stars to people. You know? And I don't know what to tell you, but I just got word that Columbus apparently just got tweaked. You can't use the term tweaked out. He just got peaked or something by that last call. Now he's going to lead things off, Laura's telling me, on the other side after this.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Chilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from B. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company. All right, here's the deal. I don't know if I have time to get to the Lumbo and be fair to them, so let's see. Laura just told me I have a dentist appointment today, and I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm totally fried. Bino, is it? You think we're staying up too late on these post-game shows? Do I need to alter that? Because sometimes I wonder, like, what I'm doing to myself here and if it's worth it. What do you think? I come to you for friendly advice, Bino.
Hit it, Tony.
Give me some friendly advice. Are we staying up too late for these post-game shows?
Yes, and you have been for years and years, Tony.
Might need to get somebody else in here to do that. Lumbo, hang right there. You'll lead off our TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. The young man that Bino and I, we were in the presence of greatness Friday. His name's William Pattison. And I do mean the presence of greatness. You bow thy head when you say thy name. He's up next here at Fan Run Radio. We'll continue to talk about it over here in our little piece. Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime tonight as well.
You're
Love.
listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, presented by TLD Logistics. Online at tldlogistics.com.
All right, Bino. Chris.
And now let's go to the guys with today's edition of TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime.
A guy on Jason Jeter, captain of your Yankees, Bino, said the following, or he's related to the captain of the Yankees. Two lineages of quarterbacks at UT over the last 10 years. Dobbs, Nico Hooker, big wins over ranked rivals. Garantano, Milton, Aguilar, 1 to 2 horrific games a year, 3 to 4 losses a year or more. Now, is that fair to Joey Aguilar, Bino, to put him in that group?
No, I don't think it's fair to Aguilar to put him in that group, just simply because of the way that he came about the position. All those other guys had much more opportunity to prepare and understand, and had more games against quality opponents than he's had.
Navy Wife Allison.
I'm never going to run out of appreciation for Joey. He did us a solid here.
Yep. Now, Chris Farrell says, Tony, you're wrong. Let's see how long you stay wrong. Philly and Dave know what's up. Repeat after me. Heupel sucks, and we'll go 7-5. You guys don't know the future. I do know this. If this team goes 7-5, Danny White and Josh Heupel are going to wake up, and I'm saying the both of them together because they're going to get more heat and more steam and more hatred from people that they ever dreamed possible. One thing about us, when it's going good and you're blowing and going, everybody loves you. When you start losing games, all of a sudden they start calling you this and they start calling you that, and they talk about how you do this at press conferences, and we've seen this. That's one thing I will say. Bino knows this. I know this. Brian knows this. You go 7-5 this year, and then you have that really hard schedule next year. You're out of mulligans. These people are going to freak out, especially if that Vanderbilt team goes on and goes to the playoffs. So, if Tennessee knows what's good for them, they need to get Vanderbilt off that playoff stage this weekend against Auburn, because I don't think Kentucky's going to be able to do it. They better get Vanderbilt off that playoff stage. Because if Vanderbilt comes through the doors here and walks into our stadium and beats us, which they could, they very much could. Whether the Vols are playing for a 7-5 or an 8-4, at that point, it would get really toxic in this deal. And let me say for the record, it was not fair last year. It was so college football that the first year they had a playoff, they had an idiotic, convoluted, way of slotting those teams that was politically correct and idiotic at the same time, where they actually had who'd they have as a top number 4 seed? Bri, was it Boise?
Boise State, and I guess Arizona
idiotic,
State.
Most
State.
idiotic, politically correct, moronic, stupid system of all time. And who got squeezed? Who got caught in the middle of that? Who got punished? The University of Tennessee.
Something that screws the Vols gets changed the next year when it would help the Vols.
That's exactly right. That's
what
exactly what happened, Brian. So, and you people can sit in here and rip this guy all you want. He's not a big-time coach. I'll tell you what. We were in the playoffs last year. And we were in the playoffs last year, Bino. Let's be frank about this. With a quarterback, Bino, that couldn't play. Yes or no, Bino? Quarterback couldn't play when we got to the playoffs.
Yes, pretty much with an offense that couldn't play.
So what are we talking about? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Or couldn't make big plays.
Couldn't make big plays. It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime.
Hey, no one signs up for 7 and 5 here. I understand that, nor should we ever sign up for 7 and 5.
Of course not.
But it alone is one season. We'll see where it goes from there.
If it happens.
If that's what indeed occurs.
Yeah. And I don't think that's what's going to happen, and neither do you, Bino. It's not going to happen here. This guy's not going to go 7 and 5. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on our Garza Law. I mean, what are we doing? TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. Hi, you're on the air.
Tony, this is in Colombo.
Oh, what's going on, Leslie? Welcome in.
Sorry to disappoint
This is like
y'all.
This is like trick or treat today.
Yeah, right. Trick or treat. So, hey, everybody. Hey, I got 3 things. Well, Tony's gotten some emails. I'm losing my patience with this football coach. I mean, we all know what he's going to do. Watching on TV, you know, the older folks at the Happy Valley home, I mean, everybody knows what he's going to do. And it's getting ridiculous. Second, this team plays better on the road this year. I don't know why, but they do. So, is that going to matter at the Swamp? I don't know. But the trade-off is that last Saturday this month, I was at Neyland, Nashville in 2016 and 18. I was at Neyland in 2017. I don't have to tell y'all how those games went. If this team lets the Candyland Commodores come into Neyland Stadium and earn a spot in the playoffs and celebrate on that field, then I'm going to burn some orange stuff in my big, fire pit in the backyard, and I'll send y'all an invite.
Leslie,
I mean,
you don't
they
mean
better not do that. No, I'm serious, Tony. I burned up that I-8 shirt. All of them. We had those. I burned those up.
You burned your all-right shirts. Come on now.
Yeah, you
What
know,
about the Bush
they made
Police
those
shirts?
when Pruitt came on board. Yes, I'm going to burn some stuff up, Tony. They better not let them come in there and earn a spot. I mean, it's pretty pathetic that that's our goal, to knock Vanderbilt, the Candy Lane Commodes, out of the playoffs, but here we are. That's our goal for the end of the year. I mean, it's pathetic, but I mean, I'm sorry. That game was so.
It's going to be such a big
I did
game.
not put that game on Saturday on the team. I put it on the head coach, who's making $10 million a year.
But they
and
all
you know
are.
what?
Leslie,
I agree that he needs.
They all
he needs
are.
to lose some weight.
Leslie,
and he needs to get on the weight machine.
Leslie,
yes, Tony,
Leslie, they all are making $10 million a year. Newsflash.
Name one player on that team that's making $10 million.
No. The coaches, all the coaches. The guy at Kentucky makes $10 million a year, and he's got like one
that's
league
stupid.
win. He gets $10 million a league win every year.
It's stupid. All I know is, Tony, we knew as soon as our defense got that huge fumble recovery, and what did Heupel do with it? He ran these stupid plays up the middle.
Bino hated that.
Could we do some kind of sweep or some other kind of run besides up the middle? What are we doing? I mean, y'all know, okay, I played powder puff in college, and I swear I could draw up better plays. I mean, Danny White, if you're listening, I'll come and draw up a play for, $10,000 that will get us a 4th and 1 conversion.
Bino, your thoughts on Leslie's call, Bino?
I think that Leslie's just a little bit out of control here, but it's Leslie's got a fan. How she's going to fan?
Why am I out of control, Bino? Did I say anything that wasn't true?
Well, Leslie, I don't think Josh Heupel, his strength is calling plays. I mean, he's going to call some lousy plays, but I don't think everyone knows exactly what's coming every play. If they did, we wouldn't score like 40 points a game.
Well, we didn't score 40 points Saturday,
and I just personally don't care what a guy looks like, Leslie. I don't think that has one thing to do with how you can coach. Coaches come in all forms, all shapes, all sizes.
Is our team slow and sloppy?
Our team is not slow, but yes, we're an undisciplined team.
What is a weight machine, by the way? Is that like hitting the weights, or is that like a treadmill? What's a weight machine? Or like
you know what I mean, Tony. I mean hit the weights with them. Is he hitting the weights with his team?
I don't know. Probably not, would be my guess. No.
There's a lot of chatter about it. I mean, people are getting sick of it because of, like Bino said, the undisciplined play. And they always seem a step too late. And I'm sorry, but we have some playmakers on defense. I was going back over and looking at stats. I mean, we have some playmakers. And why did we not have our playmakers out there? The call, that was great. They got creative on the 4th and 1, and the running it was not going to work. We had already tried that the whole game. But why do you not have Ethan Davis out there or Star Thomas, who can actually catch a play, a ball in space, and could carry 3 or 4 guys with them if they were on him? I don't understand. Why would you put that kid out there? And I agree, Bino, he should be able to catch the ball, but you ride with who's playing really well. I mean, you stick him out there on a cold night, the first real cold game of the year, and expect him to make a play like that, and he's been standing on the sidelines freezing the whole game. Make that make sense.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you.
I don't agree with the personnel, Leslie, but I will say that it might have led into their thought process might have been, hey, here's a guy they haven't seen. They're in no way think we're throwing the ball to him. And they got him wide open, and he dropped the football.
So great. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. You got a powder puff in there. You got a weight machine. Slow and heavy.
I didn't have any I T-shirts or
no T-shirts. Leslie,
please,
Leslie,
I would have burned those too.
Leslie,
but I ain't burning any of my other orange stuff.
You touched them all, Leslie. I will say that. You touched them all. That was next level. That is the call by which all other calls will be judged this hour. I mean, that was so next level. Back to our phones we go. TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, you're on the air. Hi.
How my friends compatriots doing today?
Hey, W. Lynn, welcome in.
I couldn't quite understand, Leslie. Did she say she burned a I Like Ike shirt, a presidential shirt from 1950?
The Ike shirts that Pruitt would say Ike.
Said what?
Pruitt would say "I" instead of "all right." He would say "I," like say.
They had T-shirts that had "I" on them, and Leslie burned hers, and I don't blame her for that in the least.
I'd have never bought one, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
I'd have
Well,
burned
Tony,
that
I
one in the store.
I got 4 points, and 3 of them are positive, if you can believe that. Point number 1, Friday at Calhoun's with the Tony Basilio family and the Russell W. family and the whole Vanek family was one of the greatest days I've had in a long, long time. I appreciate you talking to Mark and his family and friends, and he had a wonderful time, and it was great seeing everybody down there. Even Negapoli was fun to talk to. I'm calling him Negapoli Joe from now on, but it was all fun, Tony. Thanks a lot.
Hovanek's a good man. That's point 1. Give me point 2.
Point 2, we're the only 3-loss team in the coaches' top 25. We're coming in at 22. So we're still in the hunt. We just got to have 11 teams above us lose. What do you think about that? Did y'all realize that?
I'm ready for point 3.
Point 3, I think you'll have an easier time getting Amachi tickets now. Have you talked to Amachi Brook about it yet?
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
And point 4 is this goes back to Coach Nealon, Coach Cafago, and Coach Majors. That's why I call it the kicking game. I don't like special teams. And I don't care what anybody's percentage is. You have got to hit big kicks in big games. And when the kick is under 45 yards, you got to hit 100% of those. And this poor kid, Gilbert, I'll break bread with him. I hope he has a good life. But you lost us the Georgia game. And I was told by people sitting in near the student section that when he missed that one from, I don't know what it was, 29, 30 yards, 30-some yards, that the energy went down a level that was never regained again, the whole game. Now, that's just people around the student section. And we were chasing those 3 points the entire game.
No question. Bino, those 3 points were huge in that football game. That poor kicker. The bigger the kick, the more I'm liable to put my head down, Bino. I'm sorry. That poor kid.
Yeah, that was the game that you said going in, Tony, and you were absolutely correct that the first team to 30 was going to win. So every possession was important. The only defense I'll give to him is we gave away touchdown opportunities, and he missed the field goal. So.
And Vol Storm says point number 5 is Nashville's at least a very close drive for us if we go 7-5.
Oh, goodness.
Forget that. But look, we had the Revez brothers here in the early 80s up till the Sugar Balls with Carlos. And we had a bunch of ugly games where a lot of ugly things went on, but we could count on those 2 brothers, the Revez brothers. They made big kicks in big games. Wouldn't you agree, Bino?
Absolutely. They were both great kickers, great clutch kickers.
And at the end of that game, when Herb Street kept saying, why don't they just kick the field goal now? They're going to have it eventually. I'm thinking, okay, we're chasing those 3 points. Second, we don't have confidence in the kicker. That's why we're not doing it. Did you all have those 2 thoughts?
W. Lynn, you're kind of the man. I've not had that thought, but you're kind of the man. And that's another call by which all other calls today will be judged. Bino, your thoughts on the output on the program today?
I thought it was all good discussion, Tony. I think there are a lot of concerns that have to be addressed here. Yeah. There's no question going forward. If we want to, if we want to be a championship or a playoff level team. Now, I do think we've taken our eye off the bullseye and begun to discuss things that absolutely do not matter in in taking us in that direction.
Which is pretty predictable, as we know, because when it starts to turn on,
that's right. Hey,
you know.
Butch Jones. Everything bothered me about Butch Jones when I got there. Everything the damn mailbox commercial where he was tapping those bricks.
I remember you telling me that. I remember you telling me that.
That made me want to throw up. So I totally understand. I totally understand. I just try to be as fair as I can be to the guy in tough spots.
Let's get our next call in, and I do think he's in a spot now. As we get our next call in on our TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, presented by our friends at TLD Logistics online at TLD Logistics. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony, you know I had to call in for my victory lap.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
I wish you well.
Hugh Freeze getting popped at Auburn.
I wish
you
well
know I had to
today.
call in for the victory lap.
Bottom of the blog. You've got your... what did I call it? Lambskin something flowing at half mast today, Bino, in honor of Hugh Freeze. Or is it half staff, Bino?
Bring out the Jimmy drums.
How do you float him, Bino?
We got to play him one last time because he's not going to coach again. So can we got to play the drums one last time.
Oh, no, he might end up back here at Liberty if my man Jamie Chatwell doesn't pick it up.
He should go there. That'd be perfect for him.
Welcome in, Lumbo.
But, anywhere else, why would you even hire him? Because he's now all he is a youth group leader and a bad offensive coordinator.
Bino, you got to give credit to Mark. He doesn't come in and dunk on you in your time of need, does he?
Mark may come in and say, "Hey, I was right." He may do that.
The middle of the night.
I get so much stuff wrong. It's incredible. I've had this one nailed for 5 years. Ever since.
Yes, you did.
Since the thought was we were going to hire him. I've had it nailed for 5 years.
Now that we're over on YouTube, if I play the drums right now on YouTube, they will flag the drums. YouTube's totally out of control with the way they. That's why I don't play any music on the show. Yeah, Bino, they'll claim the video basically. They're totally out of control on YouTube.
Well, bless Leslie's heart. I mean, she thinks we're like a good football team. Is that what a talented a really talented SEC football team? Does she thinks that?
Bino, would you like to speak for Leslie after her phone call?
No. I mean, I spoke directly to Leslie, and that's all I'll ever do. I'll never talk about it afterwards.
Huh? He's asking.
And Tony, W. Lynn saying we're number 22 in the coaches poll. Hang the banner, please. I mean, what a thing to be proud of. 22 in the coaches poll.
Bino, is Mark tickling you? What? Is Mark tickling you right now, Bino, this call? Because he's really annoying. But he's kind of funny. What? See, that's my point about Mark. I can't figure out, Mark, if you go through me or go to me, if you annoy me or you amuse me, or you do all at once, Bino. Mark has this way of all that, Bino. You know what I'm saying?
He does, Tony. He does.
And you guys are right. The people talk about Josh Heupel's appearance or how he sounds at a press conference. If he was 7-2 or he was 8-1, no one would care.
Yep.
Like, stop. And the reason why we're sloppy or we make mental errors or we have self-inflicted wounds is because worse players make more mistakes. Better players make less mistakes. That's why they're called better players. Am I wrong?
No, I think that's an accurate statement. I agree with
that. I mean, our players aren't good enough, and that's okay. This is the first time he's, laid an egg in a season. It's not Butch Jones level bad going 4-8, 0-8 in the league. It's just disappointing. If they could somehow find a way to go 9-3 and win a bowl game, get to 10-3, I would think it'd be a hell of an accomplishment. But after everything that happened, I do.
Yeah, if this team goes 9-3, I give them an A. That's why I said it all year.
And win the bowl game against some unmotivated ACC team.
10-3
give me
would be
10 win season. I would be I've changed my tune. I would be pleased.
Bino, you have to admit, a 10-3 season with everything that's happened this year, would be an A to an A-plus season. It really would be.
Yeah, I think if they win 9 football games, that I'll be happy with the end of the season.
Because most people have this team going 7-5 from here right now. What the reaction I'm hearing from callers on here today,
I think they're going 7-5, Tony.
Oh, you
but
do?
If he somehow gets it to 9-3 and wins the bowl game, gets to 10-3, I will be delighted and say job well done. Like when before, I thought anything less than the playoff was borderline catastrophic.
Yes.
That ended up being a wrong prognostication about how the season was going to go.
Because you don't think the players are good enough, right? That's kind of your point.
No, I don't think the roster's good enough.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get we're young, we're good up front on the offensive line. Look, I mean, Deshaun Bishop has been a battering ram this year. The kid's still a preferred walk-on. Like, he is. There's a reason he's a preferred walk-on. Like, he's run hard. He's broken some runs, but he's a preferred walk-on. You know my opinion on Aguilar. And defensively, the back seven is just not at an elite, not at an SEC level.
Mark, you think Ty Redmond's going to be? I think Ty Redmond's going to be a really good SEC player. I don't think he is right now, but I think he's going to be a really good SEC player. Do you?
He's been thrown into a impossible situation. Like, true freshmen starting in this league and like against some pretty good offensive coordinators. Yeah, he's got the talent. He's just young, just like Sanders the other night. He missed the assignment on the play that they blew up Aguilar, but that kid's going to be good, really good, like elite good. Like I'm worried Ohio State's going to come try to grab him.
Who you talking about? Who you talking about? Oh, Sanders.
Sanders.
Yeah, he's going to be a great player. Yep.
So I just had to you just kind of do a recalibration of what's a successful season after everything that's happened. Like, I know people think Joey Aguilar was,
here we go,
some massive upgrade at Nico, whatever, because it's funny how it's all coaching with the rest of this team, but whenever you talk about Nico, it's just that he sucked. Like, it's very interesting how that works.
But Nico did suck.
But the rest of the team, it's coaching. From what I've heard from other callers, it's all the coach's fault. But with Nico, it's just he sucked.
But he did suck.
Again. I mean, my point exactly. It's just that Nico sucked. The rest of the team, it's all because of coaching. It's funny how that works out.
Mark, if the quarterbacks would have switched places Saturday night, how badly would Oklahoma have beaten Tennessee?
If the quarterbacks had switched places the other night, I don't know.
I do know.
Aguilar threw 2 back-breaking interceptions.
About 30 points, because Tennessee would not have come down with those interceptions. Those would have been wide open.
Well, yeah, they're just okay.
That's the point.
But also, Mateer could have hurt our defense in the run game, and Oklahoma defense in the run game, which Aguilar can't do.
I doubt
that.
Because
he has no mobility.
Oh, Mark.
I mean,
why won't you say the kid's had a really nice year and he's made a great impact?
He's done a great job for the situation they threw him in. Well, I just don't think he's like a Heisman Trophy candidate like I heard the first 4 weeks of the season. Like, that was insane. Because every moon ball he threw got caught.
Come on.
He throws an unbelievable deep ball. That's about it.
Better player than Nico.
Okay. Tony, if and when Nico is playing for Lane Kiffin next year.
Lane Kiffin?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's going to Ole Miss if Lane's still there.
That would be the greatest thing ever if that happens.
It'd be the greatest thing ever for this fan base to see. Because this fan base's heads would explode. And you don't think Lane Kiffin can get something out of that guy?
No, I do not.
Really?
No.
He got something out of Jonathan Crompton. He can't get something out of Nico?
He is an L to the O, to the S, to the E, to the R loser.
Lane Kiffin's rocking a D2 quarterback to the playoffs. He can't get something out of Nico? A 5-star kid? Come on.
Mark, thank you. It's just Again, Bino, I don't know whether he annoys me,
Go on.
amuses me. I don't know where I come down on Mark. All the above. Brian laughing at his own imitation of Mark right now. I mean, we're just punch drunk in here. And Mark, in a way, I needed your call, man. And Leslie's call, your call, the visual of Leslie taking her shirts out to the burn pit. For it or against it, Bino? What were you? Leslie's call.
Leslie is a passionate
I
fan.
love her.
She can handle that any way she wants to handle it.
And she does not want to lose to Vandy, in case you haven't noticed.
She's angry today.
Yeah.
Murray County's down there close. It's down there close to Nashville, right? Or is it closer to Memphis?
Murray, which, Brian, what do you call that county she's in?
It is Murray County.
Yeah, it's just outside of Nashville.
Yeah. I guarantee you she ain't wanting to lose no matter.
Hell no. And I can promise
you think she
this.
snapped today, you let us lose.
Hey, Leslie goes for it. She snapped at me on some emails before. Leslie will go for it with you now. Shit.
After today, I hope she doesn't have my email.
Well, I'm giving it to her.
Oh, thanks.
That Mark in Colombo is just... Kiffin hasn't made a playoff yet. Where's Kiffin's appearance in the playoffs, Bino?
I think it hasn't happened yet, but it looks like it's coming.
He'd have to try to miss this playoff. That South Carolina game looked like it was going to be a repeat of Kentucky, but they ended up covering.
Yep. Because South Carolina, Bri, literally
now
can't play.
They suck.
Yeah, they suck. And Frankie Jr., if he knew it was good for him, would go right over there to Virginia Tech and restart his clock. Now, these people were telling me that James Franklin's going to be introduced today at Virginia Tech. When's the press conference? All these people told me that last week. Are they having one, Bri?
Not that I've seen.
And then Richard G. West reported last night that Danny White circled the wagon with the big money boosters to buy this coach. But you can't laugh at Richard G. West because he actually has turned into a credible news-making organization.
Now he's unintentionally hitting on some.
And Bino, who was the guy that you quoted over the weekend? There was some funny one.
Oh, yeah. That was no 3 instead of on 3.
And what was the story you sent around to us?
Nico's daddy got in a fight at like at a restaurant over somebody ripping
at
Nico's
Whataburger.
performance.
At a Whataburger. That might be...
and I fell for it.
Well, I look for his dad to get arrested this week at a Whataburger. Because this Richard G. West character, who does listen to the show, because he's got a simpleton sense of humor, has been on to something. And by the way, the Lady Vols, as Lambert called her Friday, one-person crime wave has been taken out of commission by Ruby Whitehorn.
I credit Lambert for...
She got thrown off a team.
Getting that done.
And our friends at VIP Play, listen, I came as close as you can come the other day, but my Vols let me down. I had a 3-team pick 3 SEC parlay. That Kentucky game was a slam dunk. That Florida game was a slam dunk. And the Vols, tonight the Vols let me down. Who sung the bottle Let Me Down, Bino? Who was that? I want to say,
I don't know, Tony.
I want to say that was either Misery and Gin, Merle Haggard, right? Is that a Merle Haggard song?
I think that may be a Merle Haggard song.
Oh, I love me some Merle Haggard. We worked up Okie.
I do like Merle Haggard.
We worked up Okie from Muskogee the other day and didn't play it because we played Rocky Top like 90 times for the Oklahoma people, and they were up all dancing to it. At the end, we had a couple of them singing it with Tennessee fans.
That Oklahoma crew's good. That's a good.
Those
that's
are good.
A good family.
Those are good.
Do you think
people.
any other SEC fan base would do that, Tone?
Hell no.
Sing Rocky Top?
And every time I won that tip jar to ring down there, I screamed, Texas sucks at them. And then I started doing the down horns thing at them, and they were freaking. Tonight the Vols left me down. All right, let me tell you about my friends at VIP Play, because tonight we got Monday Night Football. Bri, 1 or 2 games on Monday Night Football?
There's just one from here on out, I think.
All right, who's the game tonight?
It's the Cowboys and Arizona.
Ooh, let's go. And no little guy that can't ride the rides for Arizona, right? They have a backup quarterback?
Yeah, I think Brissett is who they announced.
Okay. Beef Brissett. By the way, Calhoun's has some incredible brisket chili in honor of him this time of the year. Call ahead and ask and see if they have it. But, God, the beef brisket chili is... Josh Brewer, Tony B sure loves a tip. Hey, Josh, let me give you a tip, big boy. You worry about you, and I'll worry about me. Laura doesn't like when I respond to the YouTube comments. She says when I'm real tired, Bino, I shouldn't play to the YouTube comments. What do you say to that, Bino?
I think that's wise counsel, Tony.
Double J saying that was a George Jones tune, The Bottle Let Me Down. That's possible that's a George Jones song.
Yeah.
That's very possible.
I think he's correct.
Maybe Merle wrote it and George sung it, which went on in a lot of that era, because Merle was extremely prolific with some of the great tunes that he wrote. And he kind of wrote Ogie from Muskogee as kind of a joke. But they were passing through Oklahoma on a tour bus when he wrote it. But yeah, Merle was imprisoned. Like he came out of a prison. He was what you call a real, he was like Ruby Whitehorn. He was what you call a real one. Like Ruby's a real one. If you know what I mean. And Merle was, do you know that, Bino, that Merle had a prison background?
I did.
And not like Prison Mike either. All right, shout out to my friends at VIP Play. I came this close to taking a bunch of money from them this week. God, man, it was frustrating. But it's such a fun experience. And I feel like I've misled people. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to let Bino give me the SEC 3-pack pick.
Oh, boy. That'll be good. That's what you need to put me in the parlay business.
What kind of season?
Last time I checked, you got to pick more than one winner a weekend to hit a parlay.
What kind of season are you having right now, Bino?
I suck.
Interesting. Bet $20 your first bet. You get $100 in bonus bets. VIP Play is such a fun thing to do. And the promo code and the phrase that pays is TN Tony. And it's just a fun way. You bet a few bucks on some games, watch some games. It keeps it real to you. Like tomorrow night, Tuesday Night Football, Bri, what do we have?
I'll have to look that up.
Wow, I'm proud of you. I thought you were like a degenerate, a Mike Huguenin level college football degenerate, and you would know that. 200 plus leagues, live always, numerous bet types, props, options.
It's Maction, UMass and Akron, who UMass I think is winless, and Miami of Ohio versus Ohio.
Let's freaking go. Some action on a Tuesday night. You can get some action there over at VIP Play. If you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789, 21 and over, located in the great state of Tennessee, to place a bet. And Bino, I'm going down with my son Antler to check out my Flyers on Thursday night. Do you have a thought on that in Nashville, Beanstar?
Outstanding. I love that. Father and son outing.
Yeah, go see a little hockey. Go for the soul. So if you see a balding guy that looks like a reject from either the Muppet Show or Welcome Back Kotter or Phineas and Ferb parading around Bridgestone Arena, you'll know it's me.
Beautiful.
Back to the phones we go. TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, Tony.
There he is. What's up, Josh?
Hey, man, I just want to say I love Leslie. I'm full of Leslie today. Just piss poor performance. Absolutely the worst loss I've seen from Heupel. How in the hell a head coach making $10 million a year arguing with the ref while the clock's running when there's over 2 minutes to go and the guy goes out of bounds after the ball stopped? Do you not even know the damn rules?
He did not know that rule. That's correct.
No, he didn't know it. And everybody keeps saying, change. Why the hell do you think he's going to change? This guy likes comfort. Clearly, he trusts no one. He don't trust anybody. He ain't going to change. You're going to see some people leave because that's what happens when they understand there's a sinking ship. I look for Rodney Garner. All these SEC openings, his values went up. We say we don't have a back seven. The whole defensive line's gone after this year. We're going to get 11 out of the portal. You got to recruit. You could say, hey, it's this guy talking about how he looks, but the team plays how he looks. This guy's making $10 million a year. He's comfortable. He likes familiarity. He's lazy. Evaluations are lazy. He looks like freaking Brian from the Family Guy. It's not too much to ask to say, hey, you want people to change? Who's it start with? Who's these kids going to look to? They're going to look to their damn head coach. I agree with her. Get your ass on the treadmill, lose 30 pounds. Shave your damn face. You look like you just come off a 3-day drunk, and your damn team plays like it. That's pathetic, what we seen Saturday night. Oklahoma was begging to get blown out of the damn stadium, begging for it. And hey, why should I do I owe these damn thieves time? I don't owe them shit, Tony. They have priced me out of even going down there and enjoying something I've enjoyed my whole freaking life. And I can't afford it no more. I wish I never started following this shit. It's torturous being a damn UT fan. This guy doesn't fight for his damn program. He doesn't fight for damn money. He doesn't fight for nothing. He's damn soft, comfortable, and lazy. He doesn't demand accountability or discipline. Look at his ass. I work 80 hours a week, drive 650 miles a damn week, and I get my big ass in the gym every day. I've done it for 15 years, Tony. I've worked my ass off.
You look really good.
This guy makes $9 million to $10 million a year.
Yep.
To hell with him. I don't care. I don't know him a damn thing. Win the game.
You look good, Josh. I remember you in your heavy period.
Yeah.
And you really slimmed down. What made you do that? What made you
Army of one. Army of one, Tony. I don't represent no damn body. I don't represent nobody. I'm working for damn peanuts. I have to work my ass to the bone to raise a family. This damn guy is a multi-millionaire, and
Josh,
he don't care.
Josh.
He don't trust nobody.
I'm going to tell you the same thing.
He don't trust anyone.
Josh, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Leslie. All those guys make that money, man.
I know they all do, but Georgia is no better than we are, Tony. You know the difference? They demand accountability. They demand discipline. They demand it.
Well, I don't know about that. When you say they demand accountability,
puts everything on himself.
Now
He puts everything on himself because he don't trust anybody but people he knows. And you're not going to win in this league doing that. His evaluations suck. His recruiting has sucked. He won with current players. This is damn joke Saturday night, what we seen. Run. That's they give you the damn ball down there. What are you doing? Pathetic.
Bino, you weren't happy with that series, right? You shouted that early in the show.
No, I was not happy with that series, and especially with the third down call. I thought it was the worst call of Heupel's entire tenure.
Josh, do we recover to get the 9-3 from here? Is that kind of your feeling? What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, if we got a 9-3 ceiling, that would be wonderful, Tony. And truthfully, he kind of showed he wants to change because he changed his offense up. But that's not enough. That's not enough, Tony. You have to go out and get veteran SEC guys. He doesn't recruit SEC players. He don't do it. He don't know. And he has to fight for money. You seen Vitello. You see even the girls' basketball coach is getting more money. You have to fight. This guy don't trust the fan base. He don't trust his assistant coaches. He don't trust people. He don't trust his quarterback. He don't trust. I mean, he's got to make some serious changes, and it starts with himself. And I'm not talking all about his appearance, but it tells you who he is.
Oh, John, come on now.
It tells you who he is.
Is that a fair thing to say about somebody? Come on now. I mean, some people are just comfortable like that. He's comfortable.
That's the problem. He's comfortable.
He's comfortable in his university-issued clothing. And that's what he wears. You know? What's wrong with that?
What makes you think is he going to go out here and get some people who can change this, turn this around?
Bino?
Is he going to get some alphas? What it's going to take, some real alphas in here to turn this around.
Bino, what say you on that? Because I say we give this guy a chance.
I'm nowhere near as close to out on the guy as Josh is. Josh is out on the guy. He's been out. He's been out most of this season, and that's okay. That's the time comes when you're out on a guy. So
listen, Bino, it's different now. I don't owe these guys shit. They don't care about me coming down there. They don't care about my family who loved this from the get-go. They priced me out. I don't owe them nothing. I want wins. I'm a fan. Fanatic.
I understand, Josh. I didn't
don't know
say
shit.
It is your right to jump out whenever you want to jump out. The only thing that I've said, I don't know that he's going to make changes. And if he doesn't, he's not going to be here long. The only thing that I push back on is people jumping on the guy's appearance because now he's losing football games. He's no different than he was the day he walked in here. Ain't got a damn thing to do with winning football games. Nothing. Period.
Being disciplined don't have nothing to do with winning football games.
No. His appearance has nothing to do with it. Obviously, discipline does. His appearance.
Well, they play the way he acts.
I think that's totally out of bounds. Totally.
Well, if they change how they play, I wouldn't say nothing. I mean, Andy Reid's teams don't play like that. You said Andy Reid. I mean, hell, Andy Reid's teams don't play that way. His teams do.
It ain't because of his looks or his appearance.
Yeah, Andy Reid. Andy Reid.
It's not all of his looks. It's just how he goes about
the reason is what you gave.
Stuff.
The reason is probably what you gave. The roster's not what it's supposed to be, and they don't demand enough discipline from each individual player. But that's got nothing to do with Josh shaving or losing weight. That's horse shit.
Well, I mean, if you're the leader of something and you want more discipline, who's it start with?
It starts with the coach, but that's
exactly.
got nothing to
so
do
he's a damn
with
coach.
Shaving every day. That ain't got nothing to do with shaving every day.
Well, I mean, no, get your ass on
There's
out there and start working.
People out there that are overweight.
Put down, going down Gus's. You need to get your ass in gear. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I had to do it.
Stop it. Were you any better truck driver when you weren't in good shape? Hell no.
Hell no, I wasn't a better truck driver when I was out of shape. I'm a lot better truck driver now in shape. I'll tell you that. When you're damn about to die, you ain't a good truck driver. You have a heart attack any minute.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Josh,
I don't know. I just want to see him do something. He don't talk to the fan base. He don't explain shit.
We'll get an NIL with him from Barbasol maybe next year.
He needs something because that Saturday night sucked. That was pathetic. Horrible, horse shit football. That fan base was loaded up. Oklahoma laid it right out for you, and you shit the bed. Anyway,
thank you,
see
Josh.
you guys.
Josh has passion. Bino has passion. It's what we do here. We love each other. They love each other. But every once in a while, you take your brother and you scream at him, and you tell your brother he's full of shit. That's what we do on here. Doesn't mean we believe it, but Josh is a great caller. Bino's awesome at what he does. I fall on Bino's side. Look, Andy Reid's a total slob. Looks like cross between, no offense to Andy Reid, he looks like cross between the Michelin Man and the guy in that from what was it, Bino? Kool-Aid, the Kool-Aid Man crashing through your bricks. Butch Jones
on
bricks,
skateboards, on roller skates,
on a roller skates, and then, but Josh Heupel's football team, since he started being a head coach, plays an ugly brand of football, no doubt. The ironic thing, though, is that Saturday night, they actually played a very clean game, only a couple of penalties. It was Oklahoma that was over 100 yards in penalties. It was Oklahoma that outgained 4-1 in the first half. It was Oklahoma that only had the ball for 10 minutes in the first half. It was Oklahoma that was so undisciplined down the stretch that they turned the ball over with 4 minutes, which was Tennessee's only chance in the league game. Bino, they bleed the clock out. We don't touch the ball, right, if they don't throw that ball? We don't get the ball back, right?
We certainly don't get the ball back with any opportunity to have 2 scores. We were 2 scores down. There would have been so little time on the clock that 1 score would have been tops.
And listen, the passion of a Leslie, the passion of a Bino, the passion of a Negative, the passion of some of these callers today, and then the wit and wisdom, if that's what you want to call it, of a Martin Columbus. That's why I do this show. What other entity in sports elicits this type of reaction from people? This college sports thing and this college football thing particularly can get very personal.
Listen, Tony, the only thing that I think, if you want to be out on Josh Heupel because the way his team plays, or the way he coaches or whatever, I've got no problem with that. There's plenty out there to be concerned about. If you want, and I could only hear a portion of Josh's call. For some reason, it was kind of going in and out, but I got, of course, the gist of it. But I think that basically he's really angry also at Danny White. Josh Heupel's got nothing to do with that. The game day stuff that's going on over there.
Yep.
Josh Heupel's got nothing to do with that.
Yep.
He's nothing to do with that. Yep. So why should that be thrown on? I just think when you reach the point to where you're out on a guy, you build a rap sheet on him that about half of it is nonsense. That's what we do. And I think that's what's being done here now. And that's the only thing I think's unfair. If you're out on the coach, I got no problem with that.
Totally agree with that.
Just be out on the coach for the right reasons and not a bunch of extra horse manure.
I'm very surprised that I guess Roberto was the first one to bring his appearance up. And several people have jumped in here. I get it. I mean, here's the thing I've learned about this stuff down through the years.
I think Leslie was first, wasn't she?
I mean, that's been coming. I've seen that out there.
Well,
I've seen that out there, and that's the only thing that I think is just patently unfair.
You know, it's like Bino.
I don't think
this thing reminds me.
I don't think him shaving has a thing to do with his team not being disciplined. I think that's coaching and not personal.
This thing reminds me of breaking up with somebody, Bino. Think about it. All of a sudden, all those little things that you do start to really needle me.
Yeah.
And person don't even know they're doing it. Here's poor Heupel. Poor Heupel's been, I mean, he's been looking like a, if you want to use this analogy, a hobo since he got here. He doesn't care. And guess what? You guys can yell and scream, and girls and guys can yell and scream, write it on chat boards all you want. He's going to walk out there next week, next time he plays a game, looking like a guy that either can't grow a beard and just committed to it, or can't grow a beard and is committed to it. However you want to say that. But there's really nothing you can do about it. Because what happens here is you get in a relationship where you're done with that person. So now I got to find reasons. And some of the reasons, and I'm not saying that you're all wrong in this. I'm not. But some of the reasons are I start looking for reasons for decoupling from you. Here's the truth. If that kicker makes that kick against Georgia, or that offensive tackle makes the correct read on that block and doesn't block down, we're not having any of this conversation right now because we're heading to the playoffs. And this is absolutely the truth. If we're heading to the playoffs, you don't care that this guy looks like what he looks like. All of a sudden, we want Josh Heupel to be a supermodel and lose 50 pounds, or however many pounds he needs to lose, because he's got an extra loss that we shouldn't have. And that's where we are. That's where we are. And he's not going to do the grooming, so it's going to be an easy target. And I've always thought he looks like Chumley from Pawn Stars, which he kind of does. Whose real name, Brian, is Austin what? Austin, what's
I believe it's Austin Russell, I think.
Austin Russell. And Nega Dave over here on YouTube, who's just, Dave, no offense, but you're just like an irritant. You're like one of those flies in the summer when I'm out playing music at the park that flies around and goes, you know those flies being when you're playing baseball? They get in your ear and they go really loud. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Here's Nega Dave writing, but those things didn't happen, Tony. Really, Dave? You're kidding. So we have 3 losses now, Dave? I didn't know that, man. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for caring. Let's go back to our phones. I mean, the guy's not... I'll tell you what. Josh is a good spot to end, isn't it, Bri? That's a good spot, because this is just going to aggravate me.
You're not going to follow that up.
This is just going to aggravate me. That's what's going to happen here, right? And Dave...
And it's nearly 2.
I've decided, Dave, to just cut it off, because we're going to be doing a post-game show in here tonight. I need to get a nap. I'm roached. Nobody cares. I'm roached. Josh, you work your ass off. And I love you, Josh. I respect you. Leslie, you are like our spark plug. I like it because Leslie's emailed me and snapped on me before. Leslie wakes up all in. I like people like Leslie because you know where you stand with Leslie. You know what I'm saying, Bino? You know where you stand with people like her. I respect that.
Tony, I love them both. The last thing I wanted to do was get sideways with either one, but it happened, and my apologies.
There are 208 people watching on YouTube. Do us a favor and hit that like button. It really helps us grow. You wouldn't believe it. But YouTube is a very simple product, and it goes on algorithms. And people that watch University of Tennessee-related content will find the show, and we'll continue to grow, which we are. But we'll find the show and also subscribe. Hit the like and hit the subscribe button. Because as we did in the hoop season, C and I are talking about doing, along with Lee, a little basketball gambling deal and some other stuff. We'll be doing some recruiting things, etc. But so hit the like button for us. Also, we need your tickets for the Amachi tailgate for the kids. We were at $350 short on Friday. I expect now they'll start coming in. Please hit the like button for us, though. We would really, really appreciate that. That is ultimately what helps people find the show and helps us grow. And we're out here fighting the big radio companies on our own here. That's what I'm doing. We're fighting the radio companies. So you punks and clowns need to hit the like button. I need to figure out, Bino, how to take that notification off my phone. Can I call you later and you help me do that? Because it keeps notifying me.
Yeah. Call me for some picks, and then I'll help you with that.
You're pretty next level. Love y'all. Thank you. Brian Hartman, do you have any final thoughts for us? Will you be in tonight, Bri, on the post game?
Maybe I'll try.
All right. Bino, do you have YouTube TV, Bino, like I do?
I do not, Tony.
Okay. Brian,
I'm still an old school direct TV guy.
will I be able to watch it tonight, Bri, on YouTube TV? Will I be able to watch the Vols?
Well, it's an ESPN, it's a SEC Network Plus game, so
Okay,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I will be able to. People are telling me they needed this today. They thought it was cathartic and all that. What'd you think, Bino? Did you need this today, or could you have done without it?
I could have done without it.
Beanstar! Till we meet again, I want to thank my friends at TLD Logistics. They're online at tldlogistics.com. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, your Tennessee Volunteers take on Mercer. We'll have Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime, second edition of the year, and we'll have one after each and every Tennessee basketball game. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you. For Bino Jeff Henderson, for Brian Hartman, this is Tony Basilio saying, I love you. I thank you. Have a Dwight Gooden. And take the vow. Peace. What is the salutation? It's something about Bino must go, your weight must go and take no. 30 pounds must go and take the... what was the saying? Wow. It's a favor. Spread the word.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville.
All right.
Fan Run Radio.
Tony Basilio welcoming you to another edition, the morning after the morning after the morning after. And we welcome you to another edition. It's wild and woolly in here. Bino Jeff Henderson, I give you the floor. How you guys doing after that? How y'all doing?
Not much better than Sunday morning, Tony, or whenever that was. But good morning to you and Brian. Appreciate the opportunity. Not often we're here on a Monday talking about a poor performance or result from a Heupel team at home. But here we are. That looked a lot more like what we get from a road game versus a quality opponent than a game played in a